Welcome to the Fantasy Audiobook. Xidu. More children, more blessings, starting from Bulma. Chapter 41. Following the appearance of King Chapa, an old man in the audience turned over and jumped into the arena, then bowed his hands and saluted. Hi friends, I am Master Ma, the master of Honeyquan. Everyone's eyes couldn't help looking at Master Ma. I saw that Master Ma was wearing a blue gown with the same words, honey, written on the gown as on King Chapa. He looked about 40 or 50 years old, with his hair combed into a big back like an adult, and a few stubbles at the corners of his mouth. If you want to learn boxing, you can sign up with me. While introducing himself, Master Ma made a ho, tui, and spit out a stream of thick phlegm in his throat. Pine cone phlegm shaking lightning whip. This set of continuous whips saw Master Ma dancing with his hands and feet, and he beat it very smoothly as if dancing under the martial arts stage. After a while, he slowly closed his skills. Just now I used the pine cone phlegm shaking lightning whip. I only used 1/10 of my usual speed. It is for you to see clearly. If you are interested, welcome to sign up for me to compete. Master Ma, we are the #1 martial arts association in the world, please don't advertise. The referee at the side reminded. HMPH, I think you don't have confidence in my whipping technique. So you let the last martial arts champion, contestant Sun, try to break my finger. Master Ma was quite confident. This isn't very good, Master Ma. Son Goku scratched his head, hesitant. HMPH, young man, come if you are told, don't worry, I have the strength to stretch my hair, he can't break me. Master Ma said confidently. Really? Son Goku became interested and walked slowly to the edge of the ring. You will know if you come and try it. You are making a fool of yourself. All right. Son Goku stepped forward and reached out a hand to shake it. Then he casually moved to the side, only to hear two clicks, clearly the sound of a broken finger. Ah! The pitiful screams of killing a pig roared under the competition arena. This is really a heart-wrenching pain even deeper than that of Kaneki Ken. Master Ma was rolling all over the floor with his broken finger, and tears came out of his mouth. This, Son Goku said embarrassedly, I'm so sorry, Master Ma. I didn't think that what you said about showing ugliness was true. Master Ma wanted to cry but had no tears. He really couldn't understand why his Wajin was useless in front of Son Goku. The competition officially started after Master Ma left with the support of the treatment staff. King Zaba's face was a little red at this time. He didn't expect Master Ma to lose such a big man to him when he came up. King Zaba naturally knew about Master Ma's strength. The reason why King Chapa became an apprentice was mainly for that set of boxing techniques. It is said that Xingyiquan was created by a very famous monk. King Zaba did discover the power of this set of boxing after he got to know it, but he couldn't show it at all with the strength of Master Ma. Son Goku, soon you will see the true power of this boxing technique. King Zaba smiled triumphantly. He squatted down and took a stance. Seeing Son Goku in front of him standing there calmly, King Chapa stepped up without hesitation and went all out. I saw him waving his arms up and down, as if he had suddenly grown 8 hands. This is King Chapa's famous stunt, Bashoquan. Only the speed of Bashoquan can truly unleash the power of the lightning 5 consecutive whips. King Chapa launched an astonishing offensive, and even Tien Shinhan, Master Roshi, Krillin and others outside the court were shocked. They originally thought that Master Ma's funny performance just now, King Chapa's strength is nothing special. Son Goku should have easily won this match, but he didn't expect that this is the real power of Xingyiquan. King Chapa's whole body suddenly strikes like lightning, and at this time every part of his body can be used as a weapon. Faced with King Chapa's stormy attack, Son Goku kept dodging and had no chance to fight back. Soon behind him was the competition arena, and he was inevitable. Okay, Goku, there shouldn't be any danger. Krillin was very worried. Master Roshi shook his head calmly, looking at Son Goku deeply. Don't worry, King Chapa's boxing skills are indeed amazing, but Goku is not serious at all. Sure enough, as Master Roshi's voice fell, there was only a shua. Son Goku's irresolute figure quickly disappeared in front of King Chapa, and when he appeared, he returned to the center of the competition ring. Okay, so fast. Tien Shinhan barely managed to catch Son Goku's speed just now with his third eye. King Chaba turned his head and saw Son Goku. He looked calm, as if he was playing with himself. Can't you show some strength? Running around like a clown. King Chaba understands that he can't catch up with Son Goku at all, so he can only force him to face him head-on, and he has a chance of winning in a head-to-head confrontation. Seeing King Chapa's confident appearance, Son Goku smiled. This time, without any hesitation, he rushed forward, and then Son Goku's entire figure disappeared from the competition ring again. Enlightenment. Goku is really strong. Krillin on the sidelines was shaking his head from side to side, barely able to keep up with Goku's movements. Master Roshi also had a serious expression on his face. Unexpectedly, Son Goku has improved so much in just 3 years. Tien Shinhan looked stern and said nothing. Goku, beat him. Hurry up and beat him. Bulma cheered Son Goku on the sidelines without hesitation. With a bang, King Zaba didn't even have time to react, he was knocked out head-on. He directly hit the wall beside the audience before stopping. He passed out and was out. The referee was dumbfounded, and seemed to have no reaction. Cha. King Chaba is out now. Compared with the excitement of the previous games, this game has been a bit of a joke from the beginning. The audience shouted angrily, "What are you doing? This is the end. What kind of bullshit, honey fist, isn't it just rolling your eyes? I can do it too. I thought this Chapa King could really do 2 tricks with Son Goku, that's it. Hey, the old Chapa King no longer exists. Only Master Roshi and others understand that it is not that King Chaba is weak, but that Son Goku is too powerful now. With the end of this game, the time has just arrived at noon. According to the rules, the semi-final match will start in the afternoon, and it will be even more exciting then. So everyone also went to eat something to fill their stomachs first. As soon as Son Goku walked out of the Budokai Gate, Bulma, Lan Chi, and Lan Fang greeted him. Seeing a few people walking in another direction, Krillin said suspiciously. Goku, why don't you go eat with us? There is a special lunch for the players here. Son Goku shook his head and said with a smile, Bulma has prepared a love lunch for me, so I won't eat it with you. Krillin was depressed. If he had known, he wouldn't have asked. Presumably the love lunch prepared by Bulma must be very delicious, and he can only eat here for free with Master Roshi. For some reason, I suddenly felt that the meat buns in my hand were not fragrant at all. Son Goku returned to the villa with the 3 of Bulma. Sure enough, a very rich food was prepared inside. Although Goku didn't consume much energy in the morning, he still ate like a bottomless pit. Saiyan's body was like a bottomless pit. If he didn't eat for half a day, he would be starving. After eating and drinking enough, there are still 2 hours before the afternoon game. Son Goku looked to the side and waited, the Bulma 3 who had already changed into various maid costumes. The battle has only just begun. Soon, the time for lunch break passed. In just 1.5 hours, Son Goku comprehended a set of palm techniques of grasping, kneading, rubbing, grasping and squeezing. Immediately after he learned it, he showed it to Bulma and others. After seeing the power of this palm technique, they were convinced by it. Seeing that the next semi-final match is about to start, Son Goku and others are fully dressed and ready to go. As for the messy clothes in the house, someone will come to tidy them up. When they returned to the world's No.1 martial arts conference, Krillin and the others had already finished eating and waited for a long time. Hey, Bulma, why did you change into another outfit? Lan Chi, Lan Fang, you too. Faced with Krillin's uninteresting question, Son Goku coughed lightly, changed the subject and said. The contest seems to be about to start, let's get in quickly. Oh, yes, Goku, you guys are so slow. Seeing Son Goku, Krillin and others walk into the martial arts arena, the black-haired Lan Chi blushed and covered her cheeks and said. Are we really that obvious? Lan Fang said she didn't care at all, she just wanted to learn more about martial arts from Son Goku. Aim to be the best in terms of technique. What Bulma was thinking about was another problem, because there was a lot of delay at noon, and now the place to watch the competition was overcrowded. In this regard, she looked at Lan Chi with her old tricks again. Lan Lan Chi blinked her big dazed eyes with a puzzled expression on her face. Soon, along with the sound of sneezing, the line of, "Get out of the way if you don't want to die," appeared again. The three of Bulma easily stood in the front row, waiting for the start of the semifinals. This time, the players arrived, and the referee didn't talk nonsense, and directly announced the start of the fifth game, which was the semifinals. Jackie Chan, who won the first match, will face Tien Shinhan, a disciple of Crane Immortal. Teacher Wushan, you have to avenge Yamcha. Krillin clenched his fists and cheered for Master Roshi. No matter how you say it, Yamcha and him are also brothers in the same school. Although he has the treatment of fairy beans given by Son Goku, he really can't bear such cruel methods of Tien Shinhan. Master Roshi said nothing, seemed to be preoccupied, walked out slowly with both hands behind his back. Seeing his leaving back, Krillin said to Son Goku, "Hey, Goku, don't you think Wooden-sensei is weird today?" Son Goku nodded. Indeed, outside the martial arts gym just now, it was strange that Bulma and the others were changing clothes because it was Krillin and not Master Roshi. Ever since he finished fighting with Crane Immortal, Master Roshi has been extremely silent. On the competition arena, Tien Shinhan had already stood on it and waited for a long time. Crane Immortal is fine, he has already woken up, and now he is watching the match from the audience's place under the competition stage. He is bound to avenge Master Crane Immortal. Today, the first match of our top 4 is Jackie Chan, who defeated Crane Immortal. Opposite him is Tien Shinhan, who is extremely powerful and has almost no opponents along the way. It must be another wonderful game. The referee appeared under the competition stage and ignited the emotions of the audience. Goku, Mr. Wushan should win this game, right? Krillin hoped that Master Roshi would win. But after seeing the strength of Tien Shinhan, who defeated Yamcha almost effortlessly, Krillin felt very unconfident. Son Goku sensed the aura of the two, and Tien Shinhan's was obviously stronger, but Son Goku also knew that Master Roshi hadn't shown his full strength yet. Win or lose, it's going to be a good game, Son Goku replied. Krillin was taken aback for a moment, and understood what Son Goku meant. Instead of thinking so much, it's better to enjoy this wonderful game. As the referee announced the start of the game, this battle between dragons and tigers was finally about to start. The two square off, and this time, Tien Shinhan strikes first. Master Roshi didn't dare to be careless, and blocked Tien Shinhan's punches and feet. Both of them were very fast, and they would catch each other's gaps to counterattack. In just a moment of effort, Master Roshi and Tien Shinhan's smooth fighting has already involved more than 20 strokes. Still look evenly matched. Master Roshi knew that he was old and his physical strength was the biggest problem, so he was naturally unwilling to procrastinate, so he directly used multiple afterimage punches. All of a sudden, 7 or 8 Master Roshis appeared on the stage, each of them posing in different attacking postures, as if there were really several Master Roshis. Surrounded by Master Roshi, Tien Shinhan didn't look flustered at all, and there was a sneer of disdain at the corner of his mouth. Tien Shinhan yelled angrily, kicked out suddenly, and kicked in a sideways roundabout, directly found Master Roshi's real body, and then kicked him flying. The phantom of Master Roshi on the field also completely disappeared. HMPH, your small tricks can't escape my third eye. Tien Shinhan is very confident. The reason why he was selected by the picky Crane Immortal is because he was born with a third eye. In his third eye, everyone's speed will slow down, and at the same time, they will be more sensitive to breath. Therefore, the mere multiple afterimage fists can't help him at all. Master Roshi stood up slowly, and wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. Tien Shinhan used a lot of strength for that kick just now. Tien Shinhan, it's exactly what I thought. You have indeed surpassed your Master Crane Immortal. It seems that I have to show some real skills. After Master Roshi finished speaking, he took off his coat, and then he shouted angrily, and saw his body instantly lit up with white flames. The originally thin body quickly swelled up, and the whole body was covered with muscles. This is exactly the muscular Master Roshi form he used when he fought Son Goku for the first time. In this form, his combat power will be greatly improved. Tien Shinhan seems to have not noticed the change in Master Roshi's combat power at this time. He swiftly attacked Master Roshi, and in the blink of an eye he had already arrived in front of Master Roshi. Without any explanation, he raised his fist and smashed towards Master Roshi's face. Just when he was about to hit, Tien Shinhan suddenly felt that his fist was tightly clamped by a pair of strong hands. It is Master Roshi's strong hands at this moment, the strength that has been exercised day and night. Master Roshi didn't give Tien Shinhan a chance to think, he raised his leg and put his knee on Tien Shinhan's stomach. The severe pain made Tien Shinhan's complexion change drastically. Only now did he realize that Master Roshi in this form is actually so powerful in combat. You know, the current muscular Master Roshi is far more powerful than the little Goku who was 10 times Kaioken back then. After the fight with little Goku, he has resumed training. So now Master Roshi's strength is closer to his youthful peak strength. Master Roshi seized the opportunity, and when Tien Shinhan was in pain, he attacked continuously, and in a short while, Tien Shinhan was beaten back steadily. Tianjin sang. Dumpling worried for Tien Shinhan in the audience. Tien Shinhan, what are you doing? Hurry up and get rid of him. Crane Immortal seemed anxious. After being continuously attacked by Master Roshi, Tien Shinhan suddenly exerted strength on the soles of his feet, and the figure that had been retreating due to the blows also stopped. He raised a hand to move away the fist that Master Roshi had hit him in the face, and then smiled disapprovingly. Your strength seems to have weakened. Master Roshi showed surprise. Indeed, the continuous attack just now consumed him a lot, but Tien Shinhan, who has been beaten all the time, should consume even more. But now, Master Roshi was panting a bit, but Tien Shinhan's breath hardly changed except for some harmless scars on his body. It seems that he hasn't shown his real strength either. Master Roshi instantly understood that he was not the only one hiding his strength. As Master Roshi expected, a powerful aura erupted from Tien Shinhan's body, and his counterattack began. Facing Tien Shinhan's powerful attack again, Master Roshi did not lose the wind at all. The distance between the two was less than 1 meter at this time, and their fists turned into a hand-to-hand fight in an instant. You punch me, I punch you, no one is willing to take a step back. The audience outside the court were stunned. They didn't expect Jackie Chan, who seemed to be a young player, to have such strength, and he could look evenly matched with Tien Shinhan. But Krillin in the background could see that Master Roshi's aura was getting weaker and weaker, while Tien Shinhan's aura was getting stronger and stronger. At this time, Tien Shinhan seemed to be a monster whose breath was constantly rising. Krillin couldn't help feeling an inexplicable sense of fear in his heart. Suddenly he felt someone pat him on the shoulder. Krillin turned and looked, and it was Son Goku with a faint smile on his face. Son Goku didn't say anything, but after feeling the temperature of Son Goku's palm, Krillin's trembling heart calmed down. Goku, Goku. Son Goku smiled slightly. Krillin, let's watch the game, the result is coming soon. Krillin nodded and turned his attention to the game again. Master Roshi and Tien Shinhan had already entered into a heated stage at this time. The fight between the two was inseparable, and the entire arena was destroyed due to the attacks of the two. Your martial arts are so high, why are you shooting so cruelly? When the two competed again, Master Roshi finally spoke. HMPH, don't be so wordy, if you want to preach to me, I advise you to give up your heart, only the strong or everything. Tien Shinhan's tone was cold, and then he punched Master Roshi hard in the face. This time, Master Roshi was not sent flying, and he hit Tien Shinhan's face with a backhand. No, Tien Shinhan, you are wrong. Martial arts are not like that. Facing Master Roshi's words, Tien Shinhan didn't even bother to listen. From childhood to adulthood, under the teaching of Crane Immortal, he has already learned that only winning by all means is the real winner. The same is true for this game. All he needs to do is to win quickly, and then defeat Son Goku to win the championship of this Budo tournament. Let me use this trick to send you to hell. Tien Shinhan smiled triumphantly, then pulled away from the body, put his hands in front of his eyes, and shouted. Solar flare. Accompanied by his voice, a light as bright as day emanated from his body in an instant. At this moment, except for Tien Shinhan, everyone present couldn't open their eyes. Master Roshi also didn't expect to have the trick of solar flare. The strong white light forced his eyes to be closed at all. Without the slightest hesitation, Tien Shinhan quickly circled behind Master Roshi, and then gave Master Roshi a hard blow to the back of the head with the hardest knee on his body. Only a plop was heard, and no one knew what happened. Soon, With the disappearance of the white light, everyone was finally able to open slowly, only then did they see that Master Roshi had fallen to the ground. Just now, what happened to the kidney? It's a flashlight. Contestant Tien Shinhan is so mean to come on stage with a flashlight. So that's how it is. I thought Tien Shinhan just transformed into light. Poor Jackie Chan was attacked like this. Quote. The audience in the audience did not understand what happened. But Son Goku and Krillin knew very well that the intense light was exactly what Tien Shinhan called solar flare. With the power of the sun, it can emit dazzling white light to interfere with the enemy's vision. The referee looked terrified when he saw Master Roshi, who fell to the ground. Because he was wearing sunglasses, he was able to see clearly what happened on the field just now. Tien Shinhan hit Jackie Chan on the back of the head just now. If it was an ordinary person, he would have died straight away. Should Jackie Chan? Don't worry, I didn't kill him. If I did, I would also lose my qualification for this competition. I won't do such a stupid thing. Tien Shinhan saw the referee's hesitation and snorted coldly. Seeing this, the referee stepped forward slowly. He tried it before Master Roshi's nose, and sure enough, he was still breathing, and then he started counting. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. In the last 2 seconds, Master Roshi miraculously stood up. Although Tien Shinhan was calm on the surface, he was shocked inside. How is it possible that this guy can still stand up after receiving such a heavy attack from me? Even the Crane Immortal outside the arena showed unwillingness and anger when he saw the struggling Master Roshi. I can't imagine that the old turtle has never given up on the pursuit of martial arts in the past 300 years, and he has saved so much strength when fighting me. It's disgusting. Crane Immortal became more and more angry, and immediately shouted towards the competition stage, Tien Shinhan, hurry up and use all your strength to finish him. Master Roshi ignored the furious Crane Immortal. Instead he looked at Tien Shinhan in front of him while rubbing the back of his head, and said regretfully, "It's a pity that you have such a good talent, but you have been walking on the wrong path of martial arts. HMPH, stop talking. Tien Shinhan, don't you understand? There is only anger in your fists, there is no way forward for such martial arts." Facing Master Roshi's words, Tien Shinhan hesitated for a moment, and then his eyes became firm for a moment. He sneered and said to Master Roshi, "Do you mean that Guixianliu has a way forward? HMPH, that's good, I'll use your Guixianliu martial arts to defeat you." Look out. Tien Shinhan squatted down while talking, his hands folded up and down like a lotus flower. Turtle, group, gas, achievement, quote exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark quote. What? Not only Klin, but even Master Roshi was shocked hard to hide. Unexpectedly, Tien Shinhan's talent is so high that he has learned how to use it just by watching Kamehameha twice. His Kamehameha is far stronger than Piccolo Forest, Yamcha. Not even Master Roshi himself. Facing this amazing white ki blast, the audience behind Master Roshi was behind him, he couldn't dodge it, he could only choose to follow it hard. As the dust cleared, Master Roshi held back the amazing Kamehameha with his last breath. Seeing that Master Roshi still has combat power, Tien Shinhan decided to get serious. I saw him condensing powerful strength, and then 2 hands grew from his originally strong body, which looked amazingly powerful. This is another exclusive stunt of Tien Shinhan, 4 Demon Fist. Hey, how about it, how are you going to deal with this trick? Faced with Tien Shinhan's strength, Master Roshi was naturally not to be outdone, and he chose the most effective way to deal with 4 Demon Fist. Master Roshi moved step by step, then walked to the edge of the ring, jumped down, and said loudly, "I surrender." No one expected that Master Roshi would surrender directly. The most uncomfortable thing is Tien Shinhan, he seems to have hit the cotton with a fist. I just showed my strength, and you surrendered. What's the matter with this Jackie Chan player? He still has a chance, why don't he continue to fight? It's such a pity. I'm still very optimistic about Jackie Chan. Why did you just surrender like this? But he resisted Tien Shinhan's attack head-on just now to save us. I don't care about this, you fool, I've lost badly. Quote. Faced with various discussions from the audience, Master Roshi seemed very calm. He slowly changed from his muscular form back to his original thin appearance, and then said lightly while beating his shoulders, Hey, this martial arts competition is really tiring. After all, this world belongs to you young people. After finishing speaking, Master Roshi hummed a ditty and picked up the clothes that had been dropped from the competition ring at the beginning, and put them on. Seeing that he didn't intend to turn back at all, Tien Shinhan on the ring was very embarrassed. He managed to use the four-demon fist, but before he did it, he was about to change back. Stop, you fool still has energy. Don't you have any dignity as a martial artist? Facing the strong condemnation from Tien Shinhan behind him, Master Roshi didn't take it seriously. He walked all the way to Son Goku, and said lightly, Goku, I'm looking forward to your performance. Son Goku nodded, understanding what Master Roshi meant. Tien Shinhan is indeed a good opponent. At this time, Krillin was a little puzzled. I haven't fought yet. What do you mean? Who do you look down on? Why are you talking about Goku versus Tien Shinhan? I'm also very powerful, okay. Quote. Seeing that Master Roshi had given up, the referee declared Tien Shinhan the winner. But Tien Shinhan had no joy of winning at all on his face. He couldn't figure out why, as a god of martial arts who existed just like his master Hishanran, he wasn't obsessed with victory at all. Along with Tien Shinhan's silence, the number 1 martial arts tournament finally ushered in the 6th competition. Son Goku vs. Krillin. Hey, Goku, we finally have the chance to play against each other again. To be honest, I've been looking forward to this day for 3 years. Alright Krillin, let me see the results of your 3 years of practice. Yeah, Goku, I will. The two walked towards the competition stage while talking. After Son Goku and Krillin took their positions, the referee announced the start of the game. I'm coming, Goku. Krillin yelled loudly, then burst out the energy in his body instantly, and went straight to attack Son Goku with all his strength. Facing Kling's attack, Son Goku dodged left and right easily, and Kling didn't even touch Son Goku. Seeing a series of attacks did not have the slightest effect, Krillin stopped attacking. He said to Son Goku seriously, Goku, I hope you can show your real strength to fight me seriously, otherwise I will never forgive you. Faced with Krillin's request, Son Goku blinked, and then asked, You sure? Hearing Krillin's serious reply, Son Goku didn't hesitate. His originally clear eyes changed instantly, filled with an incomparably fierce aura. This aura, Tien Shinhan couldn't be more familiar with it. He was frightened by this powerful aura from Son Goku before. But now that he has even defeated Master Roshi, his self-confidence is bursting, so he can calm down. He stared at the completely different Son Goku on the court at this moment. Now Son Goku is full of strength. Krillin's expression was even more solemn. He was a little out of breath from the overwhelming pressure. I didn't expect the gap between me and Goku to be so big. When Krillin was complaining in his heart, Son Goku disappeared from the field in an instant. People, where are people? Kling couldn't catch Son Goku at all. He couldn't even hear his footsteps. The audience in the audience was even more at a loss. What's the situation? Why did contestant Son disappear? Could it be another blindfold? Is this the strength of the champion of the last martial arts tournament? Son Goku is really good. Hearing the praises from the audience outside the stadium, Bulma was very happy. This powerful man is her husband. It's amazing, Goku. Master Roshi couldn't see Son Goku's movements, and even he could barely feel that Son Goku was still on the ring. Tien Shinhan's complexion was very ugly, looking extremely gloomy. Son Goku's speed is even faster than when he was fighting King Chapa. Moreover, this doesn't seem to be the limit of his strength. Where the hell is Goku? Krillin was like a headless chicken on the competition ring. Suddenly he had an idea. Since there is no match on the martial arts stage, then Krillin looked up to the sky, but saw that there was nothing there. Son Goku was not in the sky at all. Idiot, Tien Shinhan cursed in a low voice, although he could barely see a faint figure, but Son Goku was definitely not hiding on it. When Krillin was about to turn around and continue to sense Son Goku's breath, he heard a pop. In an instant, a figure appeared in front of him, none other than Son Goku. When Krillin reacted, Son Goku had already hit him with a punch. Krillin felt as if he had been knocked into the air by a mountain. He couldn't control his body at all, like a shell being fired. his whole body was deeply embedded in the wall beside the competition platform. Contestant Kling is out. Hearing the referee's voice, Krillin was stunned. At this time, his whole body seemed to be broken up, and his whole body was in pain. After a while, he slowed down. Krillin stood up with difficulty, took a few deep breaths, looked at Son Goku on the competition stage. Krillin was a little speechless. Goku, you boy, I told you to use all your strength, are you really using it? I almost got punched to death by you. Son Goku touched his head in embarrassment, and said embarrassedly, I will pay attention next time. And next time, you really want my life. Krillin still had lingering fears thinking about Son Goku's punch just now. Son Goku walked to the edge of the competition ring and smiled at Krillin, then stretched out his hand and pulled Krillin onto the competition ring. But seriously, Goku, you're too good. Although Krillin was defeated, he couldn't stop his excitement. He didn't expect the human body to be able to cultivate to this level. He was very curious about this. On the way back to the stage, Krillin asked, Goku, how on earth did you cultivate? Son Goku raised his head profoundly and looked in the direction of the western capital, then said with a leisurely gaze, Krillin, have you ever seen the capital at 4 o'clock in the morning? Krillin understood what Son Goku meant. The reason why he is so powerful is because of his efforts far beyond ordinary people. Seeing Krillin really believed it, Son Goku didn't expect it either. It's a good thing Bulma is not around now, otherwise if she hears it, I'm afraid there will be a burst of sarcasm. 4 o'clock in the morning, Xidu. Sun Jun, if I remember correctly, you were either in my room or in Lan Chi's or Lan Feng's room at 4 o'clock in the morning. Son Goku coughed, then took out another fairy bean, and told Kling about Kalanta. Really, there is such a magical place. Krillin looked surprised. He has been practicing on Master Roshi's island for the past 3 years, and he doesn't know much about the outside world. In this regard, Son Goku said earnestly, people who practice martial arts can't just confine themselves to the eyes, they should look at the whole world. Son Goku is right about this point. His combat power is not only rewarded by the system of marrying a wife and having children. He also obtained it through weight-bearing practice, climbing the Kalin Tower, and going outside to take risks. Only real combat can improve combat effectiveness faster. Compared with it, the gap in safe cultivation on Guaxian Island is naturally very different. Krillin nodded and made up his mind. He will also go to the outside world in the future, to become as powerful as Goku. Soon, after a short rest, the final of the world's number 1 martial arts tournament is about to begin. Goku, you can't lose to that guy. Krillin said from the side. Goku, don't forget, the only one who can defeat you is I, Master Yamcha. A familiar voice came from behind. It was Yamcha who had woken up. After he ate the fairy beans, the crippled leg also recovered. Yamcha wants to see this match no matter what. He has chased Son Goku hard for 3 years. Now, how big is the difference in strength between the two sides? Son Goku nodded, and walked slowly towards the ring. Tien Shinhan, now that the Guaxian style has been defeated, it's time for this kid named Son Goku to see how good I am in the Hexian style. He Shanran under the martial arts competition told Tien Shinhan. Tien Shinhan looked in the direction of the Crane Immortal, and Jiaozi was at the side, but in Jiaozi's eyes, there was only worry about Tien Shinhan. Tien Shinhan seemed to feel something, his face flushed slightly, the dumplings. He withdrew his gaze, took a deep breath, and looked at Son Goku in front of him with a solemn expression. This battle is finally here. The contest begins. Without the slightest hesitation, Tien Shinhan shouted angrily and unleashed the 4-demon fist. After seeing Son Goku's formidable strength, he understood that it is useless to just test it. The only one who used all his strength to defeat him in an instant. Tien Shinhan turned into a 4-armed monster again. Son Goku was very calm about it. Tien Shinhan, this move of yours is really powerful, but it's too ugly. Tien Shinhan stammered, less wordy. He waved his 4 arms and attacked Son Goku. At this time, he seemed to have 2 selves at the same time. 4 arms not only doubled his offense, but also doubled his defense. But Son Goku didn't fight him at all. I saw Son Goku calm and relaxed, and Tien Shinhan's 4 arms were like air in front of him. No matter how Tien Shinhan attacks, he will never be able to touch Son Goku. The key is that every time Son Goku gave him hope, but he dodged slightly in the nick of time when he was about to touch it. Seeing that his attack was completely useless, his physical strength would be consumed too much if he continued like this. Tien Shinhan immediately changed his moves. He crossed his arms and propped them on both sides of his head. He stretched his 5 fingers as far as possible. The veins on his face bulged, and he roared angrily. Solar flare. Buzz. Accompanied by the ear-piercing sound, Tien Shinhan's body once again emitted a dazzling white light, like the sun in the sky, making people unable to look directly at it. And the solar flare of this move is more violent than the previous one, it is twice the solar flare. For a moment, even Son Goku couldn't keep his eyes open. He simply closed his eyes and observed Tien Shinhan's actions through his breath. Son Goku frowned slightly. Tien Shinhan not only did not take the opportunity to attack, but jumped into the sky. And it seems that Tien Shinhan's aura is still gradually improving. What is he going to do? When the white light disappeared, Son Goku raised his head and looked towards the sky. Even he was a little surprised. That is, I saw 4 Tien Shinhans appearing in the sky. 4 body fist. Son Goku recognized it. It should have been a unique move that would have appeared in the 23rd Budo tournament. Unexpectedly, Tien Shinhan had already learned it by now. It seems that in order to defeat himself, he has indeed undergone very rigorous training. At this time, the eyesight of other people also gradually recovered, and they followed Son Goku's gaze, and also saw Tien Shinhan in the sky. What? How did Tien Shinhan become 4? Could it be that the white light just now made me dazzled? Or did I master RBT too much and I had hallucinations? Quote. Teacher Wushin, is that the afterimage fist? Faced with Klin's doubts, Master Roshi shook his head and said solemnly. No, it's not an afterimage fist, every Tien Shinhan is an entity. Yamcha on the side clenched his fists even more after hearing what Master Roshi said. Didn't expect Tien Shinhan to be so strong. He was still planning to wait until the end of this contest before tidying up Tien Shinhan's body. Now it seemed that it was important to take care of the other leg. After all, 30 years in Hedong and 30 years in Hexi. Tien Shinhan's name has been added to Yamcha's long list of revenge. Son Goku looked at the 4 Tien Shinhans in the sky, and the 4-body punch was really powerful. It's just that if Son Goku remembers correctly, he became 4 Tien Shinhan, so the power will be split into 4 at the same time. To deal with this trick, you only need to defeat them one by one in one breath. Just as Son Goku was about to end the fight in one breath, the 4 Tien Shinhan moved first. Take it, Son Goku. After the 4 Tien Shinhan shouted angrily, 2 arms grew out from behind each Tien Shinhan at the same time. Now Tien Shinhan has 16 arms. And it's not over yet. White light waves condense from these 16 arms. It's Dongdongbo. Enlightenment. Goku. Bulma showed worry, seeing the 16 holes shooting towards the competition platform from top to bottom. Boom, boom, boom. There were continuous explosions, and in just a split second, the competition arena was completely destroyed under Tien Shinhan's whole wave. The monk who was in charge of repairing the competition arena let out a long sigh of relief. It's a good thing this is the last match, otherwise we have to work overtime for 3 days and 3 nights. Facing the densely packed whole waves on the competition stage, Son Goku's dodging space was squeezed very limited. But instead of panicking, Son Goku raised a smile on the corner of his mouth. The stronger the opponent, the more he can inspire his fighting spirit. Turtle Pai Chi Gong. Son Goku didn't hesitate, and the same ki blast shot out from his hand. 16 holes bombarded Son Goku's Kamehameha one after another. Boom, 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 the vibration that resounded through the sky. Because of the collision of light waves from both sides, it seemed as if blossoming white petals bloomed above the sky. The audience under the martial arts stage all held their breath, and those who were clamoring that Son Goku's fights were too short each time fell silent. These 2 monsters seemed to have nuclear weapons hidden in their bodies. Art as an explosion. One of the young people with yellow hair mixed in the crowd. He saw a road to art from the fight between Son Goku and Tien Shinhan. These 2 are too good. No matter who wins, I will be convinced. Son Goku, Tien Shinhan, come on. As the smoke above the sky dissipated, the 4 Tien Shinhan figures reappeared, but every Tien Shinhan was panting heavily. Obviously, 4 Tien Shinhans also quadruple the physical exertion. On the other hand, Son Goku stood there quietly, seemingly not even changing his breathing. How could he be so strong? Tien Shinhan seemed a bit mad. The move just now was the strongest move he could use so far, but he couldn't do anything to Son Goku at all. Tien Shinhan, is this all your strength? Faced with Son Goku's cold words, Tien Shinhan gritted his teeth and made a decision. He had no choice but to use that trick. Tien Shinhan breathed a sigh of relief, and took the initiative to release the 4-body punch, only to see the 4 figures of Tien Shinhan merged into one again. Hey, what's going on? Does Tien Shinhan want to admit defeat too? But yes, as things stand, Tien Shinhan can't beat Son Goku at all. No, look, it seems that player Tien Shinhan hasn't given up yet. Accompanied by this person's voice, everyone looked up and saw Tien Shinhan, who was suspended in the air, clasped his hands together and then crossed them together. That is. Master Roshi instantly recognized it, his face full of disbelief. Crane Immortal looked at the surprised Master Roshi and said with a triumphant smile, "That's right, old tortoise, now Tien Shinhan is going to use that trick. This is a move that you will never be able to block." Tien Shinhan yelled angrily at Son Goku on the tournament stage below. Could it be? Tianjin. Jiaozi's face was completely worried. Master Roshi said to Son Goku on the stage, "Goku, you must find a way to avoid this move." Krillin was very puzzled, not understanding why Master Roshi was so surprised all of a sudden. Karen, the trick Tien Shinhan is using now is a martial art called Qigong Cannon. A Qigong Cannon. Well, Qigong Cannon is a kind of martial art with extremely strong destructive power, much more powerful than Kamehameha. But because of its power is too great, the energy in the body of the caster will be consumed quickly, and even death. Quote, "This is a kind of martial art that hurts 1,000 enemies and hurts oneself 800. Master Roshi's tone was very heavy. He didn't expect that Crane Immortal would teach this kind of move to his apprentice. Could it be that he didn't care about his disciple's life or death at all? Is this Qigong Cannon more powerful than my Spike Wind Fist? Yamcha said suddenly after a long silence. Quote. The originally tense atmosphere was suddenly silenced by the T-God's words. What's wrong? Yamcha didn't understand. On the competition stage, Son Goku knew the abnormality of Qigong Cannon, especially after it was developed and modified by Tien Shinhan in the later stage. Even in the face of the second form of Cell, which is hundreds or thousands of times stronger than itself, it can be suppressed forcibly. Get ready, Son Goku. Tien Shinhan had already charged up, and his 2 palms emitted a dazzling white light. Honestly, Son Goku, I don't want to kill you, so you must dodge. Above the sky, he expanded the coverage of the Qigong Cannon to the entire arena. Son Goku had to go under the ring if he wanted to hide, so Tien Shinhan was the natural winner. Son Goku looked up at Tien Shinhan above, making preparations as if he was going to fight hard. Stupid, idiot. Master Roshi was a little anxious. He hurriedly said loudly, "Goku, don't do something stupid." Son Goku smiled with confidence on his face. Seeing this, Master Roshi stopped talking. He still knows about Son Goku's strength. Tien Shinhan saw that Son Goku still didn't dodge, and he didn't hesitate anymore, and shouted angrily, "Qigong Cannon." From the palm of Tien Shinhan, a powerful beam of light that completely covered the competition platform smashed straight down. Son Goku stood in the middle without moving. Goku. Krillin was a little anxious. Although he believed in Son Goku, he was also very worried after hearing Master Roshi say the power of the Qigong Cannon. Bulma even clasped her hands on her chest, a little afraid to look. She silently prayed in her heart that Son Goku would be safe. With Tien Shinhan's strong wave of light falling, the dazzling light made everyone seem to be attacked by solar flare again. When everyone opened their eyes again, the entire competition arena disappeared from sight. The referee hid aside and secretly rejoiced that he slipped away quickly and hid directly to the audience's position. This is just to be a referee. Who would have thought that it would become a high-risk job? Son Jun. Bulma showed a worried expression. The martial arts platform in front of him had turned into a bottomless pit, but Son Goku was completely invisible. Master Roshi, Krillin, and Yamcha also looked solemn, none of them sensed Son Goku's aura. Could it be? Hoo-hoo. Tien Shinhan's head was sweating uncontrollably, the blow just now had consumed almost all the energy in his body. I win. Before Tien Shinhan finished speaking, he heard Son Goku's voice behind him. Tien Shinhan, that move of yours just now is really powerful. Hearing Son Goku's praise at this time, Tien Shinhan was not happy at all. He turned his head incredulously, and saw Son Goku intact, even his clothes were not damaged at all. That is to say, he dodged the moment the Qigong cannon exploded, and... How can you know flying technique? Flying technique is a tactic that Crane Immortal once teamed up with Master Roshi to fight against a certain big devil. After seeing the big devil use it, Crane Immortal spent hundreds of years of painstaking efforts to develop it. How could Son Goku be? There is no reason. Son Goku didn't answer, just smiled harmlessly, and then his figure disappeared. Tien Shinhan only felt that he was hit hard by something on the neck, and then he passed out completely, unconscious. Tien Shinhan fell uncontrollably from a height of 100 meters. Tianjin. In an emergency, Jiaozi used superpowers to stop Tien Shinhan from falling. With his hard work, Tien Shinhan landed on the ground smoothly. Master, Tianjin he. Dumpling was worried about Tien Shinhan's body and wanted to ask Crane Immortal for help. But when Jiaozi turned around to look, the Crane Immortal had already turned and left mercilessly, his voice came over coldly. HMPH, I didn't expect that the two disciples I cultivated with all my heart are all useless. You are not worthy of being my disciples of Immortal Crane. The figure of Crane Immortal gradually disappeared against the flow of people. In the distance, Master Roshi saw this scene, looked at the back of Crane Immortal leaving, shook his head faintly and said, Old man it seems that you still don't understand that times have changed, and the world today will belong to these young people, and we should retreat bravely. After saying that, he turned to look at Krillin and Yamcha who were rushing forward to congratulate Son Goku. Although his disciples were all defeated, Master Roshi is also proud of their kind and honest martial arts heart. But if the Crane Immortal can understand this truth, then he is not a Crane Immortal. There is no suspense in this game, the outcome has already been decided. Tien Shinhan passed out, and Son Goku flew to the ground smoothly. The referee did not hesitate to see this, and directly announced that Son Goku had won the world's No. 1 Budokai champion for 2 consecutive years. Won a prize of 30 million. That's awesome, Goku. I'm really not reconciled, Goku, next time, I will definitely beat you. That's great, Son Jun. Goku is just like my old lady, his martial arts are unfathomable. Quote. Quote. The mighty 22nd Martial Arts Conference has finally come to an end. By the time Tien Shinhan woke up, even the audience had left. He looked at Son Goku who hadn't left before him, and after hesitating for a moment, he finally spoke. Even if you didn't kill me at the last blow, you could seriously injure me, or even cripple me, but why did you just knock me unconscious? Son Goku looked indifferent, and said with a smile, we are just competing in martial arts, not life and death, just decide the winner. But I did something unforgivable to your friend. Tien Shinhan looked at Yamcha while talking, and it was obvious that he was talking about breaking Yamcha's leg. Yamcha stood up and yelled at Tien Shinhan. Are you kidding, Tien Shinhan, who do you think I am, Lord Yamcha? Of course I won't forgive you for breaking my leg, but I'm not spineless enough to ask Goku to avenge me. Quote. Tien Shinhan was silent, he looked at Master Roshi, remembered what he taught on the ring, he seemed to finally understand a little bit now. Tianjin sang. Dumpling hugged Tien Shinhan's arm and told the news that Master Hexian had expelled the two of them from the school. Tien Shinhan shook his head, his expression didn't change at all when Crane Immortal left, instead he was very calm. Jiaozi, I decided to go my own way of martial arts, and I will definitely win the championship in the next martial arts tournament. Tianjin sang. Hey, are you kidding me? Did you ask me, Master Yamcha, if you want to win the next Budo championship? You're right, that is, there's me, Krillin. Quote. Looking at the joyful scene of everyone laughing and talking in front of him, Master Roshi felt very relieved. Although Son Goku is not his disciple, under the influence of Son Goku, these future fighters are developing in a better direction. Master Roshi is relieved to entrust the era to them. Taking advantage of everyone's presence, Son Goku proposed to offer bonuses to treat everyone to a big meal. Naturally, no one refused. Krillin even expressed that he would eat poor Son Goku severely. Just then, Bulma walked up to her, holding the Dragon Ball radar in her hand. Bulma nodded slightly towards Son Goku, and Son Goku instantly understood that it seemed that the guy really appeared. Well, Krillin, I seem to have forgotten the clothes I changed in the competition hall, can you help me get them? Ah, alright Goku, then go eat first, I'll be right there. After Krillin finished speaking, he turned and walked towards the martial arts hall alone, and everyone also headed towards the most luxurious hotel nearby under the leadership of Bulma. In the martial arts competition hall, Krillin walked in and saw that only the referee was packing up his things. He saw Krillin and said hello. Isn't this player Krillin? Why are you back? Goku forgot a piece of clothing here, I'm here to get it for him. Contestant Son. The referee thought for a while, then pointed to a piece of baggage not far away. Is that the clothes left by contestant Son? Krillin stepped forward and opened the bag, which was the clothes Son Goku wore before participating in the Budo tournament. As soon as he picked it up, he could see that the clothes were expensive, and it was a very expensive and luxurious brand. Except for Bulma, the common people couldn't afford it. Yes, this is Goku's clothes. Krillin was very happy. He didn't expect to find it so easily. He thought to himself, if he rushed there now, there must be time for a big meal. In the past 2 days, with Master Roshi, he has been hungry twice in 3 days, and he has hardly had enough to eat. Just as Krillin picked up his bag and was about to leave, he suddenly felt a strong killing intent. Krillin sensed that something was wrong, and relied on his own perception of danger to avoid it, but there was still a bloodstain on his face. He stood firm and looked sideways. The one who sneaked up on him just now was a green demon with wings on his back. HMPH, did you actually hide from me? Unexpectedly, among the human fighters, there are strong ones who can escape my attack. Gia 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 Gia. The green devil stretched out his long tongue and licked the bloodstains on his paws. The eyes are full of banter and playfulness. My name is Danbalin, and I am the most powerful demon warrior in Piccolo Daimao. Better, Piccolo Daimao. Krillin had never heard of this name. He wiped the bloodstains on his face, and put on a posture, always on guard against the monster's attack. The moment just now, if he hadn't suddenly dodged subconsciously, it would have been a corpse now. What's going on here, player Klin? The referee on the side was already frightened to the ground, looking at the devil-like monster in front of him, as if he was going to eat people at any time. I'll hold him back for a while, you find a chance to go. Krillin stared at the monster named Danbalin closely, and he knew very well that he was no match for this guy. But what he can do is delay time, at least let the referee run away first. Gia Gia Gia. Very good, you are very self-aware, little bald head. Danbalin smiled coldly. He spread his wings, and without any nonsense, he quickly attacked Krillin. Danbalin has a huge height of nearly 3 meters but is extremely flexible in speed. He bypassed Krillin in just one breath and appeared behind him. It's over. Faced with this blow, Krillin's body couldn't make any movements at all. He felt a chill in his heart. He didn't expect that he couldn't resist even one move. Danbalin's devilish claws were about to pierce Kling's body, and suddenly, his head separated from his body without warning. Plop! The sound of Danbalin's huge body falling to the ground. After Krillin was saved, he quickly turned around, and saw that powerful and familiar figure in front of him. Woo! Goku! The timely appearance of Son Goku killed the demon Dambaran with one blow. When Danbalin's head fell from the sky, his eyes were still full of horror. Unexpectedly, there are human beings stronger than my demons. Danbalin was very unwilling. It had just come out, and it hadn't killed many people, so it just died. Soon, Master Roshi and others also rushed into the martial arts arena. Only when they saw the mess all over the floor and the dead bodies of demons did they realize how dangerous things had just happened. Enlightenment. Goku, thank you, if it weren't for you, I would have died just now. Krillin thanked Son Goku. The strength of this green devil can be described as terrifying, and he didn't even have a chance to react. But Son Goku can kill it directly and instantly. Did he hide his strength during the tournament? In this regard, Son Goku did not speak, but went to Tambourin's body. Son Goku squatted down, and then shot suddenly, and pulled out a golden bead from Tambourin's stomach. It's Dragon Ball. Yamcha naturally recognized it, and it was a 4-star ball. What's going on here? Krillin was at a loss. Son Goku stood up slowly and explained, this guy is Piccolo Daimao's subordinate, he is here to kill all the martial arts masters and collect Dragon Balls. What? Master Roshi hadn't said a word since just now. He had a bad feeling after seeing Tambourin's body, but after Son Goku said it, he was sure. Son Goku, you mean resurrected than Piccolo Daimao? Son Goku nodded, quite sure. Who are you talking about? And what is Piccolo Daimao? Krillin had also heard the demon who called himself Danbalan mention Piccolo Daimao just now. That's right, Teacher Wushin, is this Piccolo Daimao very strong? Yamcha looked very relaxed, without any sense of tension. He spread his hands and said, that name sounds like a kid. ... No one paid attention to Yamcha, but Tien Shinhan on the side looked a little embarrassed. He had already anticipated the seriousness of the situation. I have heard of this name. He is the great devil who once brought this world into the abyss of terror. Master Roshi nodded and continued, Piccolo Daimao is an extremely cruel guy. He was almost invincible from the moment he was born, and he and the monsters he created turned the peaceful world into hell in the blink of an eye. Even my master, Master Wu Taito, also died in the battle to seal him. This Piccolo Daimao, is it really that strong? Even Wu Tian's master has no way to deal with it, so he can only choose to seal it. Krillin was a little unbelievable, because the demon monster was clearly instantly killed by Son Goku. Master Roshi tapped Krillin's bald head angrily, and said seriously, that's just because Goku's strength is too strong. If it were us, it would never be the opponent of this demon. Even Tien Shinhan has almost no chance of winning. Tien Shinhan nodded, he still has this self-knowledge. Although Danbalan is dead, the aura on his body still exists. He can clearly feel that it is an absolutely pure horror and evil. Then, what should we do next? As soon as this sentence was said, everyone fell silent, and everyone looked at Son Goku in unison. Indeed, only Son Goku has the ability to fight the demons now. Seeing this, Son Goku didn't hide anything, put the Nuova Shenron beads in front of everyone, and then said, the purpose of Piccolo Daimao is to collect Dragon Balls in addition to killing the martial arts masters on Earth. But now I can't feel his aura. Either he has learned to hide his aura, or he has used some special method. Son Goku paused and continued. But I just need to use the Dragon Ball radar to search for the Dragon Ball, so that no matter whether Piccolo Daimao has it or not, he has to take the initiative to find me, and then I will completely eliminate him. Goku, are you really sure? Master Roshi asked tentatively. After all, he had a deep understanding of the strength of Piccolo Daimao. Seeing Son Goku nodded affirmatively, Master Roshi heaved a sigh of relief, and the others felt relieved when they saw this. However, Master Roshi still didn't figure it out. He should have sunk the rice cooker that sealed the great demon king into the bottom of the sea with his own hands. At this time, thousands of miles away, a huge black spaceship was slowly moving above the sky. The one who is in charge of piloting the spaceship is King Chowder, and behind him are Axiu and Xiao Wu. But at this moment, the trio of mixed rice didn't even dare to take a breath. There was a huge chair in front of them, and a giant nearly 3 meters in size was sitting on it. It has a strange appearance, dry and wrinkled skin, and 2 tentacles-like things growing on the top of its head. It is wearing a dark blue robe with magic characters on it, and a pink scarf is wrapped around its neck. The skin on his whole body is green, especially on his face, which is so green that it glows. From a distance, people will mistakenly think that he has eaten something bad, which makes his complexion bad. That old Wu Taito has sealed me for 300 years. As a result, I have lost nearly half of my strength now. However, as long as all the Dragon Balls are collected, this king will be able to regain his youth, have the power of the peak period, and then he will be able to completely rule the world. Of course, Master Piccolo Daimao, it is easy for you to rule the world, but, if you really rule the world, This green giant is none other than the intimidating Piccolo Daimao, and Chowder is standing in front of him with a flattering face, constantly calculating with his tiny hands. Actually, Master Piccolo Daimao, we rescued you and told you about the Dragon Ball. By then, you will really rule the world. Can you give me half of it? Piccolo Daimao supported his big head with one hand, and his already short body looked like an ant in front of him. Chowder saw that Piccolo Daimao clearly had an expression of looking for death in his eyes, and immediately changed his words. Then, in this way, 1/3, not 1/4, 1/5 is not impossible. Piccolo Daimao showed his fangs, smiled coldly, and said lightly, as long as you help me find all the Dragon Balls, I will consider what you said. Then, that's good, thank you, Master Piccolo Daimao. The Chowder trio was about to leave, when suddenly Piccolo's complexion became a bit ugly, his original green face became even greener. At this time, Piccolo Daimao's body was a little green to purple, the veins on his arms burst out, and his fingernails were tightly clasped on the seat, looking very hideous. His eyes were burning with anger, and he said angrily, "Tambourine is dead. How did Tambourine die?" Piccolo Daimao couldn't figure it out. Is there a martial artist among human beings who can kill Tambourine? For some reason, he began to feel restless, as if there was always a premonition that the era of Piccolo Daimao would end before it even started. Impossible, absolutely impossible. Quote. Seeing Piccolo Daimao's sudden abnormal appearance, especially when he couldn't control himself just now, he bent over twitching and kept spitting out light yellow liquid from his mouth. This is the negative impact brought about by the death of the demon warrior born by the great demon king. The Chowder trio glanced at each other, then quietly backed out while Piccolo Daimao wasn't paying attention. What's going on, King of Chowder? This guy named Piccolo doesn't seem to be very reliable. Kobold Ash said. How do I know? It wasn't that Son Goku's fault. Choppat Rice King mentioned the word Son Goku and his teeth were itchy. He clenched his fists, wishing to hit Son Goku's knee twice. If Son Goku hadn't demolished my castle, where would we have wandered around and picked up some rice cookers for food? Who would have thought that the big devil is actually sealed in the rice cooker? The king of Chowder Rice is also very helpless, all he has to say is, who in the family knows? He was originally very rich, and he could be regarded as the king of the wealthy side. It's a pity that I met Goku, a man who can violently demolish the house. When Son Goku was mentioned, Xiao Wu's face blushed slightly, and she couldn't help but think of what Goku told her in the castle that day that he wanted to marry him. And Xiao Wu also heard that after that, Son Goku participated in the Budo tournament and successfully won the championship of the 21st Budo tournament by virtue of an overwhelming advantage. With such a powerful man, I don't know if what he said back then counted. Xiao Wu thought for a while, then suggested to King Chowder Rice. How about, let's find Son Goku to deal with this big devil. I don't think this guy named Piccolo intends to cooperate with us at all. If he really regains his youth and rules the world, I'm afraid we will all be killed by him. What, Xiao Wu, you actually want my king to cooperate with Son Goku? That's the opponent I hate to the bone. This is absolutely impossible. Chowder's attitude is very firm, no matter what you say in this life, you can't forgive him Son Goku. But the king of Chowder. I heard that Son Goku is now with Bulma. That Bulma seems to be the richest man in Western Capital. His family is very rich. Her family owns the capsule company. Quote. Cough cough. Mixed Rice coughed lightly. Xiao Wu, I admit that I was a little impulsive just now. My lord thought about it calmly. What you said about this matter, Xiao Wu, is very reasonable. Instead of cooperating with this useless demon, it is better to find Son Goku. Reliable. I remember that he seems to be interested in you. At that time, we will use you to conquer Son Goku, and then control him to help us rule the world. Facing the ingenious and impeccable plan of the Chowder King, Axiu praised from the side. Gia, you were really bad, King of Chowder Rice. Ha 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 ha. The Chowder Rice King put his hands on his hips and said proudly, raising his head. Of course, I'm a born badass. Seeing that the King of Chowder Rice was moved by her words, Xiao Wu covered her cheeks, and couldn't help looking forward to meeting Son Goku. Now that 3 years have passed, Son Goku has also grown up. I don't know what he looks like now, has he become more handsome? The Chowder trio went ahead and did it without hesitation. They quietly walked to the end of the spaceship before Piccolo Daimao recovered, and then slipped away in a small plane. This huge castle-like flying object was originally made by Chowder, so he deliberately left a way out for himself, in order to avoid Piccolo Daimao's betrayal. Gia Gia Gia, the era of my Risato King is coming. He seemed very happy to get rid of Piccolo Daimao's Risato. That Chowder King, are we going directly to Xidu to find Son Goku now? Asura asked while controlling the plane. Idiot, do you think Son Goku is so easy to deal with? The Chowder King said with contempt. He already had a careful plan in mind. To control Son Goku naturally requires some special means. How could Son Goku like Xiao Wu now? Let's go and take Xiao Wu to dress up. She looks so ugly now. Quote. Hey, King of Mixed Rice, do you still understand this? Ah Shu's admiration for mixed rice has deepened. HMPH, that's natural. If you want to rule the world successfully, you must fully understand human preferences. This king has also put in a lot of effort and read a lot of publications. Anyway, go back to my original castle first. I have hidden a lot of good things under the ruins. What a good thing, could it be treasure? Ah Shu's eyes lit up. These days, he is so miserable that he can't even eat dog food. HMPH, you'll know when you get there, it's the king's most important treasure. Hearing what King Chowder Rice said, even Xiao Wu began to look forward to it. Could it be some jewelry? She has already begun to fantasize about how she slowly appears in front of Son Goku in gorgeous clothes and dazzling jewels, and he will be fascinated by herself by then. After several hours, the Chowder trio finally dug out the chest containing the treasure from beneath the ruins of the castle. Axiu swallowed his saliva, stretched out his trembling and excited hands and opened the treasure box. Under the radiant light, he saw that it was full of half-human, half-animal photo albums. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Ah Shu and Xiao Wu looked at the mixed rice with complex and puzzled expressions. In the world of Dragon Ball, in a forest far away, there is a bonfire being lit here, and a 2-meter strange fish much bigger than a human is strung on top of the bonfire. This is the wonder of the Dragon Ball world. In addition to super advanced science and technology, there are also various types of wild animals. You never know that a strange fish with a length of several meters can be fished out of a seemingly small river, and you never know why the tail of a powerful dinosaur is always broken. At this time, the fish has been gradually roasted by the fire until it is golden brown, charred on the outside and tender on the inside, exuding a tempting aroma. An obese teenager is eagerly preparing to enjoy the food in front of him. He has a pair of small eyes, a hedgehog head, and a Japanese-style samurai outfit. He is wearing a kimono with vertical stripes, wooden sandals on his feet, and a samurai sword pinned to his waist. This person is none other than the man who almost ended Vegeta's life in the future, Yakiluobe, who has the classic famous saying, "I can't fly," and is also known as the ruthless bug fixer for immortal beings. Facing this strange fish that was bigger than his body, Yakiluobe ate it very happily. After eating it for a while, the whole fish was eaten by him, leaving only a skeleton. Yakilobe wiped his mouth, satisfied, and planned to take a nap. Just then, a green-winged demon descended from the sky. This demon is very similar to the one that Son Goku killed in the martial arts gym, but it looks fatter in appearance. Little fat man, do you see a bead with a star inside? The green devil asked Yakiluobe unceremoniously. What fat man? My lord, this is a kind of natural beauty. Yakiluobe was very angry. He hated people calling him fat man the most. However, how do you know that I just caught a 2-meter fish? Quote. The green goblin was silent for a while, and then said angrily, who the hell asked you about fishing? I'm asking if you've seen Dragon Ball. He was venting his anger, and with a glance, he suddenly found that the Dragon Ball he was looking for was hanging around Yakiluobe's neck. It can be seen through the radar made of chowder that the Dragon Ball displayed on the radar is the one on the neck of the fat man in front of him. It has a star on it that appears to be an Omega Shenron bead. Hey, fat man, I advise you to obediently hand over the beads on your neck to me. Why should I give it to you? Yakirob asked disapprovingly. I can tell you, I am Cymbaloo, a demon warrior under Piccolo Daimao. Piccolo Daimao is about to rule the world. If you don't want to die, then listen to me. Piccolo Daimao. What is it? Is it delicious? Apparently, Yakilobe had never heard of the legend of Piccolo Daimao. Seeing Yakiluobe's unmoved look, Simbalu stopped talking nonsense immediately. After all, he never thought of letting Yakiluobe live since he appeared here. Boy, let me show you the power of the demons. Simbalu walked towards Yakiluobe eagerly. Facing the evil aura on his body, Yakirobe waved his hand at his nose and said calmly. You smell really bad, you probably haven't showered for many days. Yakiluobe sighed, looking very regretful. It seems that even if I kill you, your meat should not taste good. What, you kids still want to kill me alone? Simbalu never thought that anyone would dare to talk to him like that. He had already made up his mind that he would torture the fat man in front of him who looked like a meaty Yasuo later. Simbalu erupted with a powerful evil force and attacked Yakirobe. With the frontal impact and violent air waves, Yakiluobe's face calmed down. Although his body looked fat and simple, his movements were very agile, and he jumped high to avoid Simbalu's attack. Seeing this, Simbalu turned around and released a light wave like lightning with one hand. Hey, little fat man, I've cooked you up. Yakiluobe could only run away in a hurry, but fortunately he was indeed a flexible fat man, and he always escaped the thunder and light waves with great danger. Run away, keep running away, let's see how long you can run away. Simbalu's other hand also released the same thunder and lightning waves. In front of the two huge and swift thunder and lightning waves, Yakiluobe seemed to stop. You can't defeat the monster in front of you just by dodging. Yakilobe put his right hand on the scabbard at his waist, his eyes became serious, and without hesitation, he rushed straight towards Simbalu. The sudden explosive power seems to be faster than lightning. Shua! Simbalu felt a dazzling white light flash in front of his eyes. One knife flow, Juhei cut. Yakirobe pulled out the knife at his waist in the midair of the jump, and then slashed at Simbalu's body. He landed smoothly in a handsome posture, and the real man never looked back at the explosion. Simbalu showed incredible shock. He didn't expect the little fat man in front of him to be so explosive, and he cut his own vitals with one blow. But, unfortunately, Simbalu showed an evil smile. After landing, Yakiluobe felt that something was wrong. The knife in his hand broke in two before it could be retracted into its sheath. What's going on? Chapter 51. Simbalu stretched out his green claws and patted the cut chest, leaving only a light white mark there. Gia, if it was before, I'm afraid I would have been hacked to death by you, but Master Piccolo Daimao has given me more power. It turned out that Piccolo Daimao quickly recalled Simbalu after learning of Dambolin's failure. In terms of strength, Simbalu is not even as good as Dambolin, so if he continues to find Dragon Ball, isn't that going to die? Besides, every childbirth to create demon warriors consumes a lot of physical energy for Piccolo Daimao. He is not as young as he was 300 years ago, so it is better to give Simbalu more demon power. Today's Simbalu is far more powerful than Dambolin. The same is true. Yakiluobe, who was able to kill Simbalu with a single knife, missed. He held the only handle of the knife in his hand, and he could no longer maintain his composure on his face. You. Yakiluobe was a little flustered and hurriedly pointed to the Dragon Ball on his chest. I was joking with you just now, how about I give you the Dragon Ball now? With a sinister smile on his face, Simbalu walked slowly towards Yakiluobe step by step. The power of the demons exuding from his body became stronger and stronger. He enjoyed the fearful appearance of this prey when it was dying. Seeing that Simbalu had no room for negotiation, Yakirobe immediately turned around and ran without hesitation. At least in terms of speed, he had the advantage just now. Pity. Gia. A laugh suddenly appeared on Yakiluobe's escape route. Then Simbalu's huge body appeared in front of his eyes, and before he could react, he kicked Yakilobe hundreds of meters away with a huge kick. Plop. Yakiluobe fell to the ground, and now Simbalu's strength is at least twice that of before. Even the speed was so fast that Yakilobe couldn't react at all, and he was a little desperate. Shinbalu's kick had already caused him some internal injuries. Although it was not serious, his movements would be limited. He was not as fast as the demon in front of him, so he couldn't run away now. Little fat man, where do you want to run? I'll tear your flesh off bit by bit later. Simbalu didn't hide the evil smile on his face, and he walked slowly towards Yakirob again. His huge body stepped on the ground, making the dull footsteps of dong dong dong, and Yakiluobe's heartbeat began to speed up. Unexpectedly, he was going to die here today. Yakilobe simply closed his eyes, too lazy to run away. Yo, hello, Yakirob. Yakilobe opened his eyes, and in front of him was a man with hair like a crab head. With a smile on his face, he stretched out his hand to greet him. You, who are you? How do you know my name? My name is Son Goku. Son Goku. Yakirob thought for a while, but there was no such strange name in his mind. Hey, Yakirob, can you give me the Dragon Ball around your neck? Son Goku doesn't care if Yakirob recognizes him or not, he's only here for the Dragon Ball. You want this bead too? Yakiluobe didn't expect so many people to want the bead he picked up at random. Son Goku nodded and was about to continue talking, but Simbalu's angry voice came from behind him. What do you two think of me? That bead belongs to my demon clan. He saw Son Goku in front of him squatting in front of Yakiluobe, chatting there nonchalantly, and didn't take himself seriously at all. It seems that it is necessary for you to experience the horror of my demons, Simbalu said while planning to go forward to clean up Son Goku. Son Goku didn't move, turned his head slightly, stared at Simbalu, and said coldly, You are noisy. Can you shut up? At that moment, Simbalu felt a powerful murderous aura from Son Goku, which seemed to be able to completely crush himself. What's going on? The most powerful fighter of my majestic demon clan can't stop his legs from shaking. Simbalu's face showed a look of shock. This guy who suddenly fell from the sky just looked back at himself, and his legs trembled uncontrollably. Simbalu can't accept that he is a demon who will be afraid of mere human beings. He roared angrily, and then raised the demon aura in his body to the maximum, feeling the power all over his body. This time his confidence doubled. Just wait and see, I'll let you kneel down and beg me for mercy later. Simbalu's figure flickered and rushed towards Son Goku. Be careful, Son Goku. Yakilobe saw that Simbalu disappeared suddenly, and quickly reminded Son Goku. Son Goku smiled slightly, raised his arms to the side, and shouted angrily. A powerful wave of light shot out from the palm of his hand. In the light waves, Simbalu's figure appeared. It turned out that he ran to Son Goku's side to sneak attack in just a blink of an eye, but was easily spotted by Son Goku. How can it be repaired? Under this light wave, Simbalu was completely beaten and disappeared. Son Goku still had a flat face, and he retracted his hand, as if it was just a trivial matter. How about it, Yakirob, can you give me this bead now? With your strength, and the Green Devil want this bead, it must be very valuable, so I won't give it to you. Yakiluobe hugged Dragon Ball tightly. Seeing this, Son Goku didn't force it, he shook his head helplessly, and then took out the Nuova Shenron bead from his bosom. How do you have this kind of bead? Yakirob didn't expect that Son Goku also had one in his hand. Son Goku smiled slightly. This thing is called Dragon Ball. There are 7 of them in total. This is Nuova Shenron bead. The person who is looking for this bead is a big devil named Piccolo. If you want to keep the bead on your body it's okay, but he will definitely come to you on his own initiative when the time comes. Yakiluobe was dumbfounded for a moment. Piccolo Daimao came to find him himself. He can't even beat this guy's men, but when he meets Piccolo, he's not dead. Goku, I thought about it just now, you saved my life, then this bead should be regarded as repaying your life-saving grace. Yakiluobe stood up, patted the dust on his body, and quickly so he took the beads around his neck and gave them to Son Goku. What? Piccolo Daimao couldn't hold back and spat out another mouthful of yellow liquid. His eyes were full of flames of rage. Why is Simbalu dead too? Piccolo Daimao couldn't believe it. He couldn't figure it out. In order to avoid losing the demon warriors, he had greatly improved Simbalu's ability, but even so, he died not long after he went out to look for Dragon Ball. Could it be that the same person killed Simbalu and Tambourine? A small bright yellow bead appeared in the palm of Piccolo Daimao's hand. It was the Dragon Ball, and he swallowed the Dragon Ball in one gulp. Since someone other than him is looking for the Dragon Ball, wouldn't he just have to wait for that person to come to him and kill him to collect all 7 Dragon Balls? This is also an unavoidable way. Chowder escaped, and the only Dragon Ball radar was also given to Simbalu. Sieg Village, a place in the far west of the Dragon Ball world, is almost covered with ice and snow all year round. Son Goku came to the sky above the village on a somersault cloud. According to the Dragon Ball radar, there was a Dragon Ball nearby, but because the weather was too cold, the radar could not accurately locate it. He could only jump down, planning to go into the village to find someone to ask. Facing the extremely cold air here, although Son Goku was only wearing a thin martial arts uniform, he was not affected at all. At this time, he only needs to raise his chi slightly to resist the severe cold. He walked around in the village. The buildings here were like snow houses, not too many. It seemed that there should be quite a few people living here. It's just that the people in the village don't seem to be very friendly. Son Goku can clearly perceive that these people are hiding in the corner with shotguns, and they seem to be ready to attack Son Goku at any time. Son Goku doesn't want to hurt these ordinary people. Well, hello, my name is Son Goku, and I'm here to find a bead that can emit light. Son Goku took out the Nuova Shenron bead while talking. Just like this bead. But, after a while, no one came out to answer him. Son Goku is a little speechless. How come none of these villages are normal? Starting from the adventure of looking for the Dragon Ball with Bulma, every time I enter a village, it starts from being rejected by others. There is no way. Son Goku can only find out exactly what happened. When he was about to go to the igloo in front of him, a beautiful little girl with auburn hair ran out, holding a small shovel in her hand, staring at Son Goku nervously. Are you a member of the Red Ribbon Legion, and you want to come to our village to grab something? Get out. Son Goku looked at the little girl in front of him wearing a tattered white patterned sweater. Her cute little face was flushed red from the cold. Although he kept breathing, he still stared closely at Son Goku, who was much taller than him, without feeling comfortable at all. Son Goku smiled slightly, and stretched out a hand forward. The little girl thought that Son Goku was going to do something to him, so she tightly clenched the small shovel in her hand. A streak of white air came from Son Goku's hand to the little girl, and the villagers hiding around thought that Son Goku had done something bad, so they directly pulled the trigger in their hands. Bullets flew over from all directions. Son Goku didn't even look at it, he stretched out a hand casually to catch all the bullets. Then he opened his big hand, and a dozen bullets were scattered on the snow one by one. The villagers hiding in the dark were stunned and couldn't believe what they saw before them. Is this still a human being? Son Goku naturally knew who had just shot, but instead of getting angry, he looked at the little girl in front of him and said softly, "Well, is it warmer now?" Only then did the little girl realize that her little body was not cold at all after being enveloped by the strange white gas floating from Son Goku's hand. She just felt warm in her body, and even her pale face turned red. The little girl covered her mouth in disbelief and said, "Strange, what is going on here? Why am I not cold at all?" Son Goku explained with a smile, "This is chi, with it you won't be afraid of the cold." Chi. The little girl tilted her head and thought for a while listening to this familiar yet unfamiliar word, and then her eyes lit up. Are you a martial Taoist?" Son Goku nodded. Was it necessary for her to be so surprised that she knew that she was a martial artist? But he still replied patiently, "Well, martial Taoist. I can barely count." The little girl laughed happily when she heard Son Goku's answer, and she exclaimed, Great. You're not from the Red Ribbon Legion, are you?" "Nor am I. I came here to find this kind of bead called Dragon Ball." After finishing speaking, Son Goku took out the Dragon Ball and placed it in front of the little girl. The little girl took it and held it in her hand. The shiny surface of the Dragon Ball reflected the little girl's face. She looked at it carefully for a while and said to Son Goku, "I know the bead you mentioned." "Really?" The little girl nodded her head seriously, and then continued, "The people from the Red Ribbon Legion have also been looking for beads like this. They even force the men in our village to help them find them. If they can't find it within the stipulated time, they will kill everyone in our village." Son Goku nodded thoughtfully. No wonder he could only feel the aura of old people in this village from just now. It turned out that young people were sent out to search for the Dragon Ball. "It seems that the Red Ribbon Legion you mentioned is a very bad organization." "Yeah." The little girl nodded wildly in agreement, and then looked at Son Goku expectantly. Can you help our village to deal with the Red Ribbon Legion? After learning that Son Goku actually has a powerful chi in his body, and seeing his ability to catch bullets with bare hands just now, she believed that Son Goku must be a great martial artist. Just like the master in the picture book, as long as he is willing to make a move, Sig Village will definitely be saved. Son Goku looked at the expectant girl in front of him. He didn't rush to agree, but asked, "May I have your name?" "My name is Sunuo." Suno. Son Goku thought about it, and he said why the little girl with delicate features looks so familiar. Isn't she the same little girl that Goku met in the snow in the original manga? Later, I lived with Android No. 8. If I remember correctly, there was a short picture of her when Son Goku beat Majin Buu and needed to gather the vitality of the Earthlings. At that time, Sunuo had already grown up, and he remembered very clearly that the little girl in front of him would be very beautiful in the future. How can a cute and kind child like Sunuo bear the heart that she has been living in this cruel world of ice and snow? Son Goku looked at her after making up his mind and said, "But if I help you destroy the Red Ribbon Army, how should you thank me?" Sunuo held the shovel with her two small hands and kept twisting it back and forth. She thought for a while, but she couldn't think of a way to repay Son Goku. Her family is very poor, and they are all worthless things. Martial arts masters like Son Goku will definitely look down on her. Seeing Sunuo in trouble, Son Goku was a little funny, so he took the initiative to say, "How about this? I will help you eliminate these villains, but when you grow up, you will come to Xidu to find me. If you can, you'd better marry me." Quote ? Quote. Although Sunuo didn't look tall, he was still 13 or 14 years old. It's not that she doesn't understand many things about adults, but she seemed a little at a loss for a while when faced with Son Goku's sudden words. It's just that this man who looks sincere in front of him doesn't seem to be joking. Could it be that he really fell in love with him at first sight? Sunuo would get a little confused for a while. Regarding this, Son Goku smiled slightly, and patted her little head. "Sono, don't worry, these things can be decided after you grow up." Sunuo nodded. Yes, she can't figure out these things for a while, maybe she will understand in the future. She was about to say something to Son Goku, but when she raised her head, Son Goku had already flown towards the pagoda-like castle in the distance. "He can fly." Sunuo covered his face in disbelief. At this time, the villagers who were hiding came out one after another. They gathered around Sunuo and asked what happened just now. They also thought it was incredible that Son Goku flew up suddenly. Sunuo did not hide that Son Goku came here to find the Dragon Ball, and now he is going to deal with the Red Ribbon Army. The people in the village were very curious. Why did Son Goku help them offend the Red Ribbon Corps for no reason with them? Sunuo blushed. She was a little shy about Son Goku's request to her when she grew up, and she didn't know how to say it. On the other side, Son Goku, who used the flying technique, flew in front of the castle of the Red Ribbon Legion in a short time. He fell from the sky and soon attracted the attention of the Red Ribbon soldiers patrolling outside the castle. Faced with these people, Son Goku took them all out with almost no effort. At this time, General Walter, who was sitting in front of the monitor, saw everything that happened in front of the castle through the monitor, and he said to Son Goku through the monitor with anger, "Where did you come from? Could it be the reinforcements invited by Sig Village? You dare to provoke our Red Ribbon Legion? You really don't know what to do. Tell you, what is in front of you is Masruda, who makes the world fear. There are many traps inside. If you are not afraid of death, just come in and try." After General Walter finished speaking, he hung up the microphone in his hand. He looked at Son Goku in front of the screen with a proud face. He was very confident in Masruda's defense. "You know, the huge and incomparable fortress in front of you was designed by the Red Ribbon Legion, who spent a lot of money and specially invited the King of Chowder, known as the Evil Genius, to personally design it. It can be said that this is a monster castle that can never be destroyed." General Walter was lying comfortably on the sofa chair. He clasped his feet while arranging the guards on each floor of the tower. The artificial man and the ninja in purple were already waiting to be in place. He is ready to enjoy the feast very comfortably. But suddenly there was a muffled sound in General Walter's ear. The top of the tower where he was destroyed from the outside with a bang. The smoke dissipated, and the man standing in front of him was the man with the strange hairstyle who was under surveillance just now. Son Goku looked coldly at the flustered General Walter in front of him, and then said calmly, "What did you say this castle was called?" General Walter never expected that this so-called indestructible fortress would look like a tofu project in front of Son Goku. Chow Pot Rice, who was dressing up Xiao Wu in another place far away, suddenly sneezed. "Huh, someone is praising my master's masterpiece. Tell me, where is the Dragon Ball?" Son Goku walked slowly towards General Walter step by step. General Walter directly picked up the pistol on the table and fired several shots at Son Goku involuntarily. It's a pity that this time, Son Goku didn't even raise his hand, but his eyes changed slightly, and he saw a white arrogance burst out of his body, and easily bounced all the bullets flying in the face. Knowing the strong difference in strength between the two, General Walter could only finally bring out the reputation of the Red Ribbon Corps. Regarding this, Son Goku disdainful at all, and said in a cold tone, "Let me ask you one last time, where is the Dragon Ball?" "HMPH, who do you think I am, General Walter? I will never do things like betraying the organization. How can I get rid of the fact that the Dragon Ball has been transported to the headquarters of the Red Ribbon Corps? Tell you where this guy is. Also, I will not tell you that the base of the Red Ribbon Legion is on the map on the table, and the place marked in red as the secret base." After a while, Son Goku clapped his hands and came out from Masrudan. Masruda towering into the sky behind him collapsed and turned into dust. Although General Walter finally told the truth, Son Goku still buried him under the rubble. "Thank you, Son Goku." Standing beside Son Goku was a fierce-looking, burly man, who greeted Son Goku politely. "Old Ba, you're welcome, you give me the Dragon Ball, I'll rescue you, we're even, you don't have to thank me." Son Goku calls the old eighth a man-made human. Originally, 837 was used by the Red Ribbon Legion as a killing machine, but he has a very kind heart. It was also in his hand that Son Goku found the Dragon Ball that had been shown near Sig Village but could never be found. It's no wonder that General Walter has been looking for it for so long, but there has been no result. Who would have thought that this bead was in the hands of artificial man number 8 from the very beginning? Son Goku brought him to Su Nuo's home, and after learning that the Red Ribbon Army was wiped out, Su Nuo couldn't help but be happy. Son Goku told her seriously that this is just one of the bases of the Red Ribbon Corps, and if you want to completely eliminate the hidden dangers, you have to uproot the entire Red Ribbon Corps. After hearing this, Su Nuo showed a trace of worry on his face. As long as the Red Ribbon Legion exists for one day, it will pose a threat to the people of this world. Then, Goku, can you defeat them? Son Goku nodded, gave an affirmative answer, and then asked Android 8 to stay and take care of Suno, and take her to the western capital when she grows up. Lao Ba nodded sincerely. He was very grateful to Son Goku for everything he had done for him. Because he is an android, he does not have a single friend in Masruda. Everyone treats him like a monster. Only from Son Goku and Su Nuo, he feels a bit of warmth. This is what Lao Ba has always longed for. Knowing that the Red Ribbon Legion here has been defeated, the villagers of the entire Sieg village took out food and warmly entertained Son Goku. It's just a pity that this place is really too barren, there is really nothing to offer. Seeing this, Son Goku didn't hesitate, and directly took out 4 or 5 capsules from his body, which were all the food that Bulma had stored in the capsule refrigerator for fear that he would be hungry. When Su Nuo opened the refrigerator, he saw that there was a note on each food, which said, "Sun Jun, pay attention to eating healthy. Don't be picky eaters." Judging by the handwriting, it should be a very beautiful girl. After a big meal, Son Goku called Somersault Cloud, bid farewell to Su Nuo's reluctance to leave, and flew towards the base of the Red Ribbon Army. Now he has 3 Dragon Balls in his hands, one is sent by Dambalin, one is from Yaki Luobe, and the other is from Laoba. According to General Walter, at least 2 of them have been collected in the base of the Red Ribbon Corps. If Son Goku gets it, that means he will collect its 5 Dragon Balls. At that time, one of the remaining 2 will be where Piccolo Daimao is. It seems that the battle is getting closer and closer. 2 hours later, Zui Duyun brought Son Goku to the base of the Red Ribbon Legion. From a distance, you can see a modern military building that is impregnable. Not only is it majestic, but the firepower configuration is also full. No wonder even the government army can only turn a blind eye to the Red Ribbon Corps. Could it be another masterpiece of the Chowder King? Son Goku jumped off the clouds and walked slowly towards the huge Red Ribbon base in front of him. If he really wanted to completely wipe out the Red Ribbon Army, with his strength, he only needed one shot of Kamehameha now. But the purpose of Son Goku's trip is not only Dragon Ball, but also another person, Dr. Gallo. He can create artificial human warriors beyond Super Saiyan in the future. Dr. Gallo's talent is beyond doubt. Of course, Son Goku didn't intend to kill him, although killing him now would save a lot of unnecessary trouble in the future. But, to be honest, is number 18 still number 18 fruit without strong strength? And maybe number 18 is in the base right now. What Son Goku wants more is to be able to take Dr. Gallo for his own use and become his own. Combined with Bulma's super high IQ, whether it is creation or invention, I am afraid that even the gods of the earth cannot surpass it. In this way, Son Goku can do many things that the original Son Goku couldn't. Of course, if Dr. Gallo chooses to die rather than surrender, then Son Goku wouldn't mind giving him a ride. After all, this man was bent on killing Son Goku in the original comics. Who knows what amazing things this guy will come up with then? While thinking about it, Son Goku had already walked in front of the base of the Red Ribbon Legion. The alarm has been lit in the base, which means that as long as Son Goku takes one step forward, they will shoot and kill. In the headquarters of the Red Ribbon Corps, the leader, Marshal Hay, was sitting on a large leather sofa. He doesn't look like a big guy as he imagined, but he looks short. Even Piccolo Lin and Dumpling are shorter. With a big cigar in his mouth, he said happily to the purple-haired beauty standing in front of him. "That's right, Colonel Violet, you didn't disappoint me and brought back the Dragon Ball. It is my honor to receive your compliment, Marshal." Violet has short purple hair and looks capable and elegant. She is the only woman in the Red Ribbon Army, and she is also a famous beauty. Picture of Violet. When Marshal Hay was about to think about how to reward Violet, there was a sudden earth-shattering sound outside the base. This is. Marshal Hay quickly turned on the monitor, and sure enough, the landmines placed around the base were activated. I saw a figure of a man wearing an orange martial arts suit flashing on the screen, and he dodged the mines the moment they were detonated. In the blink of an eye, he had already broken through the minefield and headed towards the base. "Where's General Blue?" The black lieutenant at the side quickly replied. "General Blue has already set off to deal with this guy." Hearing these words, Marshal Hay finally calmed down. General Blue's strength is one of the best in the Red Ribbon Army, and his reputation is reassuring. Marshal Hay spit out his eyes, and stared at the screen in front of him very comfortably. He wanted to see how General Blue dealt with this guy who appeared out of nowhere. Soon, General Blue appeared on the screen. Soon, the general was beaten and flew out of the screen. This guy. Hay Marshal almost choked to death with a puff of cigarette. He looked at the people in the surveillance with vicious eyes that seemed familiar, and then suddenly remembered. Could this person be? Before Marshal Hay could finish his words, a skinny middle-aged man with braids walked in from outside the door. He sneered and said, "This guy is the champion of this Budo tournament, Son Goku. He was the one who defeated my elder brother, Crane Immortal." Marshal Hay heard the middle-aged man say this. His face was filled with uncontrollable excitement, and he rubbed his hands full of gold rings. "That's just right, Dao Bye-Bye, you are the #1 killer in the world. With such a good opportunity, wouldn't you be able to just avenge Immortal Crane?" Dao Bye-Bye snorted coldly, and said with a gloomy face, "1 yard is worth 1 yard. If you want me to make a move, at least 50 million. What? 50 million? Marshal Hay didn't expect such a ridiculous price for this peach. You know, this grand world #1 martial arts conference is only worth 30 million yuan, but Dao Bye-Bye actually opened his mouth and it was 50 million yuan. Why don't you grab it? Seeing Marshal Hay's hesitant look, Dao Bye-Bye was not in a hurry. He looked in the direction of the surveillance lightly, where Son Goku had dismantled the entire Red Ribbon base in 7s and 80s. Bullets are useless to him. The tank was blown up by his punch, and even the hundreds of armored robots dispatched were kicked into scrap iron by Son Goku. That's right, these armored robots were also bought from the Chowder King at a huge price. "Ah, King of Mixed Rice, aren't you all right?" Xiaowu looked forward to her new attire. She looked at the white spot on her chest, and said with some embarrassment. But won't it be too revealing if you wear it like this? Xiaowu, what do you know? This is the most popular outfit this year. You can rest assured that with a genius like me, King of Chowder Rice, I guarantee that Son Goku will be fascinated by your fans. Jia. Chowder Rice seems to have seen his hope of ruling the world. The black marshal on the other side watched these powerful weapons used to conquer the world being destroyed bit by Son Goku. His defense line collapsed a bit. Is this a beaver? Marshal He glanced at Dao Baibai next to him. He still looked like he had nothing to do with him. The red ribbon base cannot be destroyed. Marshal He gritted his teeth and said. Okay, Dao Baibai, I promise you, 50 million yuan, you go and kill this guy. It's too late. I want 100 million now. Marshal He was a little annoyed. If it was normal, he would have to find ways to kill Dao Baibai. But now, seeing that Son Goku is getting closer and closer to where he is. If he hadn't deliberately wanted to destroy all the lethal weapons in this base, he might have stood in front of him already. Okay, 100 million is 100 million. Marshal He could only agree. Dao Baibai licked the corners of his mouth, showing a smile of winning. He could take revenge and get money at the same time. This job was worth it. Then hurry up and shoot. As long as you solve Son Goku, I will give you the money immediately. Facing Marshal He's words, Dao Baibai walked slowly out of the balcony, and then kicked a thick pillar in front of him to pieces. This is. Under Marshal He's puzzled gaze, Dao Baibai picked up the pillar and threw it out, and then the person jumped up and jumped directly onto the pillar. Royal Pillar Flight. This pillar is unbiased and is flying straight towards Son Goku in the distance. Hey, this Dao Baibai really has something. It's worth the money I spent. Marshal He was suddenly full of confidence in Dao Baibai. I believe he will be able to easily win it. Although Son Goku wreaked havoc in the base of the Red Ribbon Corps, he didn't want to kill these ordinary soldiers. The system in the Red Ribbon Legion is cruel, and many people join it not voluntarily. Although Son Goku is not a very good person, if he doesn't take the initiative to attack him, he will generally pay attention to his proportions. Not long after seeing, the huge and magnificent Red Ribbon Corps base has been demolished by Son Goku in 7s and 8s. He is like a humanoid Gundam, and there is nothing that can stop the progress. His purpose is to ensure that the Red Ribbon Legion will never harm anyone again. Son Goku clapped his hands and looked towards the tallest building ahead, where if he guessed correctly, it should be the leader of the Red Ribbon Legion, the Black Marshal. When he was about to go, a thick pillar flew over from a distance with the sound of breaking through the air. Incredibly fast, and heading straight for Son Goku. Son Goku tapped his feet, jumped backwards, and easily dodged. Boom! With a dull bang, the pillar was inserted above the ground, setting off billowing thick smoke. When the smoke dissipated, Son Goku saw a person standing on the pillar, with a big character, Kill, written on his chest. Killer Dao Baibai. Faced with such a classic character, how could Son Goku forget? Dao Baibai smiled coldly at Son Goku. Oh, it seems you know me. Then that's fine, we don't need to elaborate on the account between the two of us. Son Goku blinked, and didn't quite understand what was going on between him and Dao Baibai. The only conflict between the two should be that he was hired by the Red Ribbon Army to kill him. As for the others, Son Goku didn't think much of it, but it doesn't matter. In his heart, Momosheba and Momonosuke must die for sure. Son Goku would never tolerate Dao Baibai being so cold-blooded and ruthless, even if he would strike at the shoulder of an ordinary person who sells clothes. Oh, looks like you want to kill me. As a top killer, Dao Baibai is naturally very sensitive to murderous intent, and only in a split second noticed the slightest trace of murderous intent emanating from Son Goku's body. Interesting, no one has ever dared to put on such a look in front of me, Dao Baibai. Son Goku said with a cold expression, have you finished your nonsense? Hurry up and prepare to die. Ha, Dao Baibai got a little angry, and put on a fighting posture, the muscles all over his body agitated, and a terrifying fighting power erupted from his body. I saw him stomping on his feet and killing Son Goku at an extremely fast-moving speed. Is the #1 killer in the world really this powerful? Son Goku asked coldly, and then he came first, turning into an afterimage, and disappeared on the spot in an instant. Dao Baibai punched the afterimage, only to find that Son Goku had disappeared. He was shocked, he didn't expect this guy to be so fast. However, speed alone cannot beat him. Dao Baibai's muscles tensed up, and he was vigilantly guarding his surroundings. Suddenly, he seemed to sense a biting cold wind blowing behind him. Here, Dao Baibai instinctively swung his fist backwards, hitting Son Goku right in the middle. But Dao Baibai was too late to be happy. The figure of Son Goku who was hit gradually blurred, and then disappeared. It was still just an afterimage. Afterimage fist. Dao Baibai cursed in a low voice. The waiting of not knowing where Son Goku would attack from was too much torture. He has to concentrate all the time, which is a bit too much for him. Son Goku seemed to be deliberately torturing him. Dao Baibai's every punch hit the air or the afterimage. Under the strong pressure, Dao Baibai even had hallucinations in front of his eyes, as if countless Son Goku appeared from all directions at the same time, attacking him. Same evil. Dao Baibai raised his head to the sky and roared, then recklessly shot holes in all directions of his body. But there was no way to hit Son Goku at all, but the damage to the red ribbon base was even worse. You really only have the strength of such a bereaved dog, Dao Baibai. I am very disappointed. 27. Son Goku's words appeared coldly again, and then Dao Baibai didn't even have time to react. He only felt a huge force coming from the side ribs. The powerful force went straight to the ribs through the muscles, accompanied by the continuous cracking sound. Dao Baibai was punched fly hundreds of meters. His whole body was blown into the sky like a cannonball, faster than when he came here with that pillar. Dao Baibai spat out a mouthful of blood, and before he could wipe it off, he felt a figure flying upside down beside him. The last thing he could see was a sneer of disdain on Son Goku's mouth. How dare you look down on me, Dao Baibai? This was the last thought in Dao Baibai's mind. The next moment, he was slammed into the ground by Son Goku who suddenly appeared above. Son Goku cast the flying technique and flew in midair, towards the bottomless huge pit that was smashed below, and said slowly, "Let me give you a final ride." Dongdongbo. Son Goku's finger emits a wave of light, which is the unique technique of Surusen Ryu. For example, the principles of this kind of light wave skills are the same. Son Goku has seen whole waves used many times, so he naturally learned how to use them. Under this huge wave of light, Dao Baibai is really dead now. Son Goku left without even looking. Some people can live, some people must die. Marshal Hay was a little shocked when he saw what happened in a flash in front of the monitoring screen. The #1 killer in the world was being beaten by this guy like a sandbag. Seeing Son Goku flying towards where he was, Marshal Hay said loudly, "Hurry up, go to the west. No, go to the research institute and invite Dr. Gallo. Is this monkey going to turn upside down?" Marshal Hay looked at the 2 Dragon Balls in front of him. He originally wanted to collect the Dragon Balls and make a wish to Shenron to make himself taller, but he didn't expect to attract such a terrifying monster. "No, the Red Ribbon Corps is over, I have to go." Marshal Hay made up his mind, looked at the black general beside him, and ordered, "From now on, you are the person in charge of the Red Ribbon Legion. You stay here and command my powerful Red Ribbon Legion to destroy this guy." After the Black Marshal finished speaking, he packed the Dragon Ball in a box and walked out of the house. He might be able to escape as long as he disguised himself as an ordinary soldier. But just as he opened the door and was about to leave, a gunshot sounded from behind, and then a sharp pain came from Marshal Hay's chest. What? Marshal Hay never dreamed that he would die at the hands of those around him. The person who shot just now was none other than Marshal Black's most trusted black general, Adjutant Brock. At this moment, while wiping the gun in his hand, he said to Marshal Hay's corpse in a ferocious and disgusted tone, "Stupid dwarf, if it weren't for you, an idiot, our Red Ribbon Legion would not have been wiped out. Guys like you should have died a long time ago. Now, the Red Ribbon Legion is under my control." When Son Goku came, he only saw the body of Marshal Black, and Dragon Ball was not in the house. Strange, how did this guy die? Son Goku took out the Dragon Ball radar after talking to himself. According to the radar display, Dragon Ball has not left the building yet. Since he has not left, it is only a matter of time to find out. Son Goku didn't hesitate, and went all the way to the treasure vault of the Red Ribbon Legion. Originally, he thought that there should be Dragon Ball in this thick treasure vault. But there is only one woman inside besides the room full of money. Colonel Violet didn't know why she appeared here, but seeing her frantically packing banknotes in 2 big boxes, Son Goku instantly understood. You, who are you? Why did you appear in the treasury of our Red Ribbon Legion? Violet looked flustered. She undoubtedly betrayed the Red Ribbon Legion. You must know that the Red Ribbon Legion's punishment for traitors is quite cruel and ruthless. Seeing the panic displayed on Violet's pretty face, Son Goku said with a playful expression. Colonel Violet, you don't want the fact that you betrayed the Red Ribbon Legion to take advantage of the chaos to steal the treasure to be exposed, do you? Violet gritted her white teeth lightly, and said to Son Goku with the delicate posture of a little girl. Then, what do you want then? When Son Goku was about to say his request, Violet had already made a sudden move. To be able to win the title of colonel in this Red Ribbon Regiment, which is almost all men, of course Violet has some strength. It's just a pity that the target of her sneak attack is Son Goku. Soon, Son Goku grabbed her long legs, and no matter how hard Violet tried, she couldn't get out. Seeing Son Goku's calm face, Violet fully understood that she was no match for the man in front of her at all. Sensing the breath of her giving up, Son Goku also slowly moved his hand away. You, who are you? Tell me, why don't you tell about this? Facing Violet's words, Son Goku replied indifferently, it's very simple, Colonel Violet, I admire your military talent very much. It just so happens that I just need a gun mount. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. You, don't even think about it. Violet gritted her teeth and flatly refused. Those who come out of their red ribbons can be killed and cannot be humiliated. At this moment, there was a sudden violent vibration from the floor under his feet, and a giant armored robot rushed up from below. The metal arm grabbed Colonel Violet and flew into the sky. You actually want to steal our red ribbon wealth. The voice of the Black General Brock came from inside the giant armored robot. The mecha he controls now is far bigger and more powerful than ordinary machines. This is the modified product of the mecha sent by Dr. Gallo to Chowder. Not only the hardest metal is used, but the weapon equipment is equipped with energy weapons, which can emit energy waves like Kamehameha. 0 for flowers. Help, help. Violet also found that it was Brock who was sitting inside the mecha holding her. Her expression became flustered, and she could no longer maintain her composure as before. After all, Brock would really take her life. Seeing that the other mechanical arm of Brock controlling the mecha was about to emit white light waves, it blasted Violet into slag at that time. Facing the energy light wave that was right in front of her eyes, Violet fell into despair. Of course she didn't want to die. However, facing the most powerful mech with a red ribbon, who can save himself? Violet closed her eyes tightly, waiting for death to come. The white energy surged up, covering her whole body in it, and Violet felt light all over her body, as if she was flying in the sky. Is this the state after death? Violet murmured with her eyes closed. Hey, you're not dead yet. A familiar voice came from her ear. Violet slowly opening her eyes. In front of her eyes was the familiar and handsome face of Son Goku. This is. Violet found herself being held in Son Goku's arms. Feeling the temperature of his chest, Violet's cheeks flushed instantly. She slapped Son Goku indiscriminately and said angrily. Quick, let me go. Okay, that's what you said. Son Goku let go, and Violet let out a scream in an instant, and she realized that the two of them were actually at Bami Gauchin. Help me. The figure of Son Goku appeared again, hugging Violet's soft body into his arms. He said a little funny. You are such a troublesome guy. You will let me go and save you. I don't think you want to die at all. Violet was hit by Son Goku, and she muttered angrily, I want you to take care of it. Then shall I let go? While Son Goku was talking, he really wanted to let go. Violet quickly wrapped her soft hands around Son Goku's neck, for fear that she would really fall off again. Go. After a while, seeing that Son Goku didn't let go at all, she realized that this guy was deliberately teasing her, and immediately said angrily. You, if you have the ability, let me go down and kill me. Son Goku looked at Violet in his arms, saw that she looked very cute when she was angry, and said with a smile. No ability, I'm still waiting for you to give me 100 children. You. Violet blushed, and didn't know what to say for a moment, she looked at Son Goku, and wanted to curse, but found that the person in front of her was not bad. In the distance, a wave of light hit, and Son Goku flipped his body in the air to avoid it. The light wave hit the building, instantly forming a strong explosion. Yes, Brock. Violet could see clearly in Son Goku's arms. The mech that Brock was driving could also fly in the air, and was attacking the two of them. Son Goku looked at the machine in front of him. With killing intent in his eyes, he shouted. Somersault cloud. I saw a yellow cloud flying over with a beep. Son Goku put the Violet on the somersault cloud. Now he can fight well. Violet looked at Son Goku, who was improbably suspended in the air in front of her, and the somersault cloud below her. She pinched her cheeks, as if she felt like she was dreaming. Turtle. Group. Achievement. Violet heard Son Goku's voice, and a wave of light that was not inferior to the black mech actually condensed between his hands. In the distant sky, two light waves collided together, forming a violent vibration in the sky. Suddenly, the wind and cloud changed color, and lightning flashed and thundered. Violet's short hair was blown up by the huge vigor. She stared at Son Goku in front of her obsessively. This man is so powerful. That's the ultimate mech created by Chowder and the genius Dr. Gallo. It is simply irresistible. Ha! With Son Goku shouting angrily, the Kamehameha in his hand became thicker and bigger, blocking the light waves of the Brock mech visible to the naked eye. Inside the mecha, Brock frantically manipulated the buttons in front of him, but it was of no avail. The current light wave is already the ultimate power of the mecha. Comparable. The console in front of Brock has been damaged due to the superpower operation of the mecha. Before his eyes is a huge wave of light, which envelops him and the mecha in the blink of an eye. Exclamation mark. Boom. A violent explosion sounded, and a gray mushroom cloud seemed to rise from the sky. Brock and his mecha were completely wiped out. Violet covered her rosy mouth with an inconceivable expression. Her cheeks were a little flushed, and she was still in the thick and big turtle qigong that Son Goku fired just now. He is really powerful in this move. As the dust cleared, Son Goku slowly turned around to look at Violet. There was no refusal in Violet's eyes at this time. She understood very clearly that there was no need for Son Goku to threaten herself with her stealing the Red Ribbon Vault. With his strength, even ruling the world would be easy. Besides, she likes strong men, and the last one she liked was her boss, General Blue. It's a pity that General Blue doesn't like women. As for the others, to be honest, they are all crooked, and Violet doesn't like them at all. Son Goku looked at the Violet's heart sprouting in front of him, and said curiously. What, you don't want to die? Violet's ears were red. She gritted her teeth and said, HMPH, I will die if I want to, and I will die if I don't want to die. Okay. Son Goku nodded, clasping his arms around his chest. By the way, Violet, there is something I don't know if you would like to. I do. Violet blurted out. Quote? Son Goku asked with a puzzled face. Did you know I wanted to ask about Dr. Gallo's whereabouts? Quote. Violet scolded Son Goku countless times viciously in her heart. Maybe this guy also likes the male. 937. And Dr. Gallo will also like this one. The taste is too outrageous. Seeing Violet's complexion getting more and more uncomfortable, Son Goku hastily added. Don't think too much, I'm just greedy for his skills, not his body. That's it. Violet nodded, relieved, and then said. I know where Dr. Gallo's research institute is, but, how do you control this cloud? Violet has nothing to do with the somersaulting cloud below her. It seems that the cloud only listens to Son Goku. Son Goku smiled slightly at this, hugged Violet and said, isn't this faster? Hold tight, I'm going to speed up, Miss Violet. Son Goku flew very fast, following the direction pointed by Violet. Unexpectedly, Dr. Gallo's research institute was not in the base of the Red Ribbon, but in a barren mountain thousands of meters away. Violet led him to the back of a huge stone wall, where there was a thick iron door, and Dr. Gallo was inside. Son Goku stepped forward and touched the iron gate in front of him. It is not an exaggeration to say that it weighed tens of thousands of catties, let alone. This Dr. Gallo is really cautious. Seeing the rare surprise in Son Goku's eyes, Violet was very happy. She raised her face and walked proudly to the hidden combination lock. Tisk tisk, it seems that I have to do it. Violet was very proud at this time. It seems that Son Goku also needs himself. A burst of complicated passwords were sent in, but the screen showed that the password was wrong. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Violet couldn't believe it. How could it be? He saw General Blue enter this password once. Write it down clearly, so that one day, when there is no one inside, go in and buy it for 0 yuan. The Red Ribbon Legion gives Dr. Gallo a lot of research funding every month. Violet didn't believe in evil, and when she was about to enter again, a laser gun suddenly stretched out from the combination lock, and without any explanation, it fired directly at Violet. At such a close distance, she couldn't dodge at all, but Son Goku was always on guard. After all, he knew how cunning and treacherous Dr. Gallo was. Son Goku stood in front of Violet in an instant. The laser pierced through his clothes, and even the skin on his body was slightly burnt. The situation just now was too fast. Even he could barely express a little bit of anger, otherwise a mere laser gun would not be able to hurt him at all. Smelling the burning smell on Son Goku, Violet looked at him worriedly. Are you okay? Why save me again? Son Goku grinned slightly. Are you kidding me? I can only shoot you if I want to shoot in this world. Violet blushed again. This Son Goku was obviously injured, and he was still talking nonsense. She opened Son Goku's skirt, stroking the scorched injury with her cold and soft little hands, and felt relieved when she saw that there was nothing serious. It's just, how do we get in now? It seems that Dr. Gallo is really cunning. He must change the password every time someone goes in. After all, Violet is still very smart and easily thought of the reason why this door cannot be opened. Son Goku nodded. This statement is still in line with the character of Dr. Gallo. However, to open this door, there is no other way. Why don't we kidnap top scientists to crack this combination lock? Violet was still trying to figure out a way for Son Goku. Top scientist. Son Goku thought for a while, then said. You didn't mean Bulma, did you? Hey, why do you know each other? Are you familiar? Can you tie me up? Violet didn't expect Son Goku to know the genius of the capsule company. Well, how should I put it? It's true that Bulma and I often play kidnapping games like ropes. It's just to open this door, there's no need to be so troublesome. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. What rope game? Violet thought she had heard it wrong. Son Goku smiled and didn't explain, but turned around and walked to the gate beside him, then condensed the chi in his body into his fist and swung it out. Boom! The huge door weighing 10,000 caddies was directly smashed into pieces. Violet had thought that Son Goku was very powerful, but she didn't expect it to be so powerful. With such a powerful explosive impact force, can he bear it by then? Even if he can bear it, the floor can bear it. Violet shook her head. Now is not the time to think about these messes. When the two walked inside, they immediately felt a gloomy and cold atmosphere, as well as the pungent smell of blood. Violet unconsciously grabbed Son Goku's hand. His hand was not only big but also warm. Did something happen here just now? Son Goku was a little puzzled. Such a strong smell, obviously a bloody incident happened just now. My beloved number 18 will be fine. Son Goku was a little nervous, thinking to himself. Son Goku and Violet continue to go deeper inside, and as they go deeper and deeper, the inside becomes more and more .0. Son Goku didn't dare to be careless, and immediately released his anger, sensing the situation inside the research institute. It would be bad if this Dr. Gallo didn't know where to release a cyborg to attack him. It's just that the two of them walked almost all over the entire research institute, and they didn't find anyone's breath. Dr. Gallo escaped early, Violet speculated. Son Goku looked at the messy secret documents on the laboratory table in front of him. It is obvious that the owner here left in a hurry, and did not take away many confidential methods about the artificial human research technology. Son Goku picked it up casually, and put it in his arms without looking at it. He knew very well that he couldn't understand it anyway, so he might as well take it back and study it for Bulma later. But Son Goku, I heard that Dr. Gallo used living people to do research, but it seems that he didn't see a single living person along the way. Violet said suddenly. Violet's words instantly made Son Goku feel chills down his back, and he remembered something. When I first came in, I could smell a strong smell of blood, which meant that some human experiments must have just been done here. But there was no corpse at all. The only thing is that some fresh flesh was found on the test bench. This also means Dr. Gallo is still in the institute, Son Goku said coldly. What? Violet couldn't believe it. She looked around cautiously, but found nothing. Didn't you say that you didn't feel anyone's breath? Son Goku nodded, and explained slowly, it's true that I didn't sense anyone's breath, but if it's an artificial human, it doesn't have breath. Violet also understood. Could it be that Dr. Gallo transformed himself into an artificial human before Son Goku and her came? Whoosh! While the two were talking, a figure suddenly jumped out from the corner, and Son Goku noticed it instantly. Dr. Gallo 3.8. Ha 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 ha, Son Goku, one day I will kill you. Dr. Gallo had already rushed towards the entrance of the cave, and then directly fired light waves towards the roof of the institute. With the sound of rumbling, the rocks above the entrance of the cave were smashed down, and the entire research institute was on the verge of collapsing. Son Goku smashed the boulder that hit Violet into pieces, hugged her in his arms, wrapped the two of them in one breath and rushed out from the top of the cave. Son Goku hovered over the ruined research institute with Violet in his arms. After repeated observations, he found that Dr. Gallo had indeed disappeared. It's really fast. The artificial man has no breath at all, and it is difficult to track his whereabouts. It seems that we can only rely on Shenron. Son Goku made up his mind, didn't stay any longer, and flew towards the distance with Violet. Half an hour later, a figure emerged from under the ruins. His face was full of wrinkles, and his whole body was covered with bloody bandages. Looking in the direction of Son Goku who had already left, he sneered ferociously. HMPH, it's a good thing I didn't put the 17th and 18th in this research institute. Son Goku, one day, I will let you die at my hands. Son Goku, where are you taking me? Violet felt the breeze blowing continuously on her face, and felt extremely comfortable all over her body. It's such a great feeling to fly freely. No wonder, at any time, conquering the sky is a great dream of mankind. She sits on Son Goku's back with her arms outstretched, and she doesn't seem to be happier since adding the red ribbon. Soon, the destination arrived, which was the villa home of Xidu, Bulma and Son Goku. Bulma looked at Violet, who was wearing a military uniform but was very beautiful, and his eyelids twitched. Needless to say, Son Goku must have found another sister for himself. She stepped forward and grabbed Son Goku by the ear, angrily said. Son Jun, you can't be more honest, what were you doing in the air just now? Son Goku quickly explained, you misunderstood Bulma, I flew her with my back facing away, not the same as we did that night. It turned out that he had misunderstood. Bulma nodded, and then saw Lan Chi, Lan Fang, and Violet who had just arrived all looked at him. It was clear in his eyes, how dare you play so flamboyantly behind my back? Bulma's secret was broken, and she only tried that method once. She blushed instantly, as if bleeding. Bulma covered her cheeks with both hands, and said forcefully. Son Jun, are you hungry? Son Goku smoothed things over, I'm really hungry when you say that, I'm exhausted today. Then I felt something was wrong, and added, I mean, destroying the Red Ribbon Corps today exhausted me, nothing else. What? Bulma exclaimed in surprise, the Red Ribbon Legion mentioned on TV was destroyed by you, Son Jun. Son Goku blinked, and said calmly, is difficult. Bulma touched her chest, yes, she should be used to it by now. After all, Son Goku's strength is somewhat unreasonable. Did you destroy the Red Ribbon Legion for the Dragon Ball? Smart, Bulma. Son Goku took out the Dragon Ball, and now he has 5, 2 of which were obtained from the hands of the dead Black. HMPH. Bulma snorted coldly, then looked at Violet again. Then she is. Son Goku coughed lightly, and then said flatly, aren't you always missing 1 out of 3? This is the poker friend I specially found for you. Quote. Knowing that Son Goku was talking nonsense, but Bulma still didn't mind, she walked to Son Goku and whispered. I'll clean you up later at night. Is it the poker kind? For dinner, Bulma prepared a sumptuous meal, and this meal alone would cost at least 2 million in the world of Dragon Ball. Violet looked at the dazzling array of delicious food, and couldn't stop drooling. Although her status in the Red Ribbon Legion is not low, most of her food is not very particular. Lan Fang is very aware of Violet's mood in her heart. When she first came, she was surprised here and there, but then she got used to it. Eat quickly, Miss Violet. Bulma seemed generous. On the other side, Son Goku had already started to feast, and saw that empty plates were quickly filled in front of him, and the servants in charge of serving kept putting new food in front of him. Violet is more convinced now that Son Goku is definitely not human. Which Earth person can eat so much? And without gaining weight at all? Violet shook her head, wondering why her mind is full of Son Goku now. She cut off a good steak with a knife and fork, put it in her mouth, and felt that the meat in her mouth melted in her mouth, it was so delicious. Soon, several people had a meal, and all the delicacies on the table were wiped out. I'm full, I'm full. Son Goku touched his chubby belly with a look of aftertaste on his face. But Bulma asked Son Goku after taking a bite of the cake. By the way, Son-jun, what are your plans next? Only then did Son Goku sit up, and said seriously, of course we must find Piccolo Daimao, and then completely destroy him. Son Goku took out the Dragon Ball radar while talking, and saw 2 Dragon Ball marks on it, one at the northernmost and one at the southernmost. Both Dragon Balls are motionless on the radar. Son Goku suspects that Piccolo Daimao is hiding, recharging his energy and waiting for him to find him. Bulma nodded, agreeing with Son Goku's analysis. Then Son Goku took out the artificial man's document from Dr. Gallo from his arms, and told Bulma about Dr. Gallo's affairs. This Dr. Gallo is really a genius. Bulma just glanced at it and praised. To be praised by Bulma, Dr. Gallo does have some strength. It's just a pity that he used all his intelligence to find ways to destroy mankind and conquer the Earth. According to Bulma's explanation, this document records that Dr. Gallo combined mechanical technology and human cell research technology, and carried out mechanical transformation on the human body. In this way, a powerful artificial human can be created. In other words, Dr. Gallo has already eliminated the purely mechanical artificial human like Lao Ba. In addition, Dr. Gallo wrote cryptically at the end that he is still working on a research project for a perfect artificial human that even he is afraid of. If what he wrote is true, if Dr. Gallo is not eliminated, he may pose a threat to the world in the future. Bulma analyzed seriously. Son Goku nodded. As Bulma said, in the original manga, because of the death of Son Goku in the future world, artificial humans ran rampant without restraint, and humans on Earth were almost wiped out. Thanks to Bulma for keeping the spark of hope alive, Trunks was successfully sent across time and space to the world before Son Goku died. It's just a pity that she died in the hands of the person she trusted the most. Of course, that's all for later. In today's world, Son Goku feels that such a thing will not be allowed to happen. So Son-jun, you want to use the power of the Dragon Ball to find Dr. Gallo. Well, don't worry, I will wipe him out in one fell swoop. Bulma nodded, there was really no better way right now. After finishing the business, Son Goku breathed a sigh of relief, just in time to see a faint cream cake stain on Bulma's pink lips. Bulma is indeed getting better and better now. Son Goku looked at Lan Chi, Lan Fang, and Violet who were chatting aside, and suddenly said to Bulma. Bulma, you seem to have dropped your chopsticks. Bulma looked at the chopsticks on the table under the bowl with a puzzled expression, where did they fall? She looked at the expectant gaze on Son Goku's face, her expression froze, and then she smiled slightly, understanding. Bulma leaned down and found the chopsticks under the table. Hiss, the wind is a bit chilly tonight. Son Goku couldn't hold back his breath for a moment. On the second day, Son Goku set off with the Dragon Ball radar, and his first target was the Dragon Ball at the southernmost moment. Violet looked up at Son Goku flying away with dark circles under her eyes, and then turned to look at Lan Chi, who was beside her with black hair. She lived next door to her last night, but why is her voice not as quiet and cowardly as usual, but very bold and unrestrained? In terms of momentum, it is clearly suppressing Son Goku's output. Violet couldn't figure it out. A few hours later, Son Goku followed 613 to the air above a village following the Dragon Ball radar display. He had a bad premonition in his heart. Sure enough, as soon as Son Goku's figure fell, he saw 7 or 8 bamboo arrows shooting towards him. Son Goku sighed, he was used to being raided by people from the village. I saw that Son Goku easily grabbed an oncoming bamboo arrow, and backhanded the other arrows as if they flew out. Later, under his inquiry, I learned that there are demons haunting this place. Son Goku frowned slightly. Is Piccolo Daimao here? According to people in the village, when the princess of the nearby palace was sleeping in the middle of the night, she was suddenly awakened by the sound of footsteps. She got up from the bed, but she didn't see anyone at all. Footprint. When she screamed out, she was captured by herself, who suddenly appeared from the mirror. Only then did Son Goku realize that this so-called demon should not be Piccolo Daimao, but the demon Asura who appeared earlier. According to the directions of the villagers, Son Goku soon came to the gate of the demon world, and there was a sword stuck in the gate, because this sword blocked the gate of the demon world, so these creatures of the demon world could come out to make trouble in the world at night. This is the demon world inside. I advise you not to rush in, be careful to lose your life. Facing the advice from the villagers, Son Goku naturally would not give up. Just kidding, his wife is inside. He walked in without looking back. Inside the gate of the demon realm is a gloomy and empty tunnel. Only a little bit of light reflected from gemstones illuminates the way on the wall. Son Goku walked slowly inside, and before he had walked for a long time, he heard a sound of breaking through the air. Seeing a sharp dagger attacking him, Son Goku dodged to the side. Who dares to trespass in the demon realm? A cold voice sounded in the darkness. As the sound fell, a burly monster came out from the darkness. The muscles on his body were raised high, the veins burst out, and the whole person looked extremely fierce. And beside this monster stood a graceful woman. She stepped forward with light steps, twisted her graceful figure and retracted the dagger on the wall, and said to Son Goku with great interest. Who are you? You can't pass here without a pass. Passport. Son Goku thought for a while, how could he have such a thing? Besides, how can you ask yourself for a certificate when you come up? I haven't asked you for an acupoint birth certificate yet. But the gigantic monster didn't care about that, and immediately flew into a rage when it heard that Son Goku didn't have a pass. As soon as the monster grasped the huge spear in its hand, it stabbed towards Son Goku. Seeing this, Son Goku didn't dodge at all, but stretched out a finger and pressed it on the spear. The spear instantly seemed to weigh as much as 1,000 catties. Even though the monster blushed, he couldn't lift the spear in his hand to divide it. Seeing this, Son Goku smiled slightly and took his finger away. The monster couldn't hold back immediately and fell headlong. You dare to tease me? The monster roared again, and threw the spear in his hand directly. Son Goku dodged his head sideways. Seeing the monster's fist approaching his eyes, he didn't hesitate, and punched out with the same fist. Boom! The two fists faced each other, and there were bursts of explosion sounds, and the monster was directly retreated a few steps by Son Goku's punch. The monster became angry from embarrassment, and wanted to continue to attack. The graceful woman shouted, "Stop it, Gora! You are no match for him." Gora's body stopped, and he had to listen to the woman's order. Hello, although you are not from our demon world, you can see that you are very strong. By the way, my name is Mela. What's your name? Son Goku looked at Mera in front of him, with soft red hair. Although his appearance was not as good as Bulma and Lan Chi's, his figure was first class. Moreover, her ears are still like elves, which makes people want to play with them. It is a kind of wild and enchanting beauty. Ahem. Son Goku coughed and introduced himself. My name is Son Goku and I'm here looking for one of these beads. Saying that, Son Goku took out the Dragon Ball and showed it to Mira, and Mira recognized that there was the same bead in the hand of Asura, the Lord of Demon World. He snatched it when he went to the human world to capture the princess. Son Goku nodded, seeing that Mira wasn't lying. Son Goku, so the purpose of your coming to Demon Realm is for such a bead? Mira asked. I used to do it for this bead, but now I have another purpose. Son Goku showed a standard smile at Mira, and then said. Don't you want to know how great the potential of a child born between humans and demons is? Presumptuous. Son Goku's words, even the big Gora could understand. He raised his fist to hit Son Goku again. Mei-Ra stopped in front of Gora with a calm smile. She said to Son Goku. Interesting, but it's a pity that I belong to the king of the demon world, and all the demon creatures here belong to the king of the demon world alone. Son Goku spread his hands, and said calmly, "Oh, then it's easier, I can defeat Asura and become the new master of the demon world." Seeing Son Goku's confident face, Mei-Ra was a little lost. She said that just to scare Son Goku away. Mera and Goro are ordered by the king of the demon world, Asura, to guard the entrance of the demon world, and they will kill anyone who trespasses or enters by mistake. It's just that Mei-Ra didn't do that. If it was a brave man in the human world, she would let Goro, the #1 strongman in the demon world, defeat him, and then tell the brave man to go away. For the pedestrians who strayed into the cave, she would also use the black mist of the demons to drive them out of the cave. This time, she also wanted to use the same method to scare Son Goku away. It just seems that this seemingly unfathomable guy doesn't seem to take this set at all. He even boldly threatened to defeat Asura. Mei-Ra looked at Son Goku in front of her, was silent for a while, and then said, "Okay, I'll take you to meet Ashubian, the king of the demon realm." After speaking, she told Goro to stay and continue to guard the entrance of the demon world, and she took the initiative to lead the way for Son Goku. In the eerie narrow tunnel, Son Goku's vision gradually became more and more blurred and dark, and there were terrifying cries from time to time. If ordinary people came here, they would have been frightened by the sight in front of them. But Son Goku knows it all too well. In Dragon Ball's power system, as long as Ki is strong enough, it can deal with any monster. Son Goku, follow me closely, the road to the demon world is very complicated. If you get lost, I can't help you. Faced with Myra's concern, Son Goku looked at her figure walking in front of him and suddenly asked, "Is the inside of your demon world all deep and crowded?" Myra stopped in her tracks. She turned around to look at Son Goku, then smiled charmingly. "Although we demons have an open personality, we also hope that after you win and truly become the master of the demon world, you can try how deep our demon world really is." After she finished speaking, she even took the initiative to step forward and whispered in Son Goku's ear, "Actually, I am also very dissatisfied with Asura. If you can really defeat him, I will do whatever you want." Ahem. Son Goku coughed. Even if he faced such a provocative Mira, he not only blushed. "Mira, you misunderstood me. I really came here for the Dragon Ball. Defeating Asura is just a matter of convenience. As for what you said, I will handle it." Son Goku also whispered something in Mei-Ra's ear, and Mei-Ra's face turned red as well. She frowned and thought for a moment before saying, "Although the movement you mentioned is a bit difficult, I think that with my demon body, I should be able to do it with confidence." Son Goku could not suppress the joy on his face, and said happily, "Really? That's great. I can't wait to defeat Asura immediately." The two speeded up and walked towards the interior of the demon realm, and after another 15 minutes or so, they finally arrived. Mira pointed to the palace that appeared in front of her and said, "That's where Asura lives, and the woman he captured from you humans not long ago was also placed there. If you want to save people, you have to defeat the guards in the palace. The strength of these guards is not comparable to that of Goro. You should be more careful." Hearing Myra's words, Son Goku smiled slightly, and then said, "Mira, are you worried about me?" Mei-Ra said angrily, "If you fail, do you think the matter of me letting you into the demon realm to lead you the way will be nothing? I'm putting my bet on you now. Okay, let's talk about your plan to defeat Master Asura, shall we?" "Plan?" Son Goku blinked. "Is there such a thing? You won't tell me that you are not prepared to defeat Asura, are you? Let me tell you, there are hundreds of demon warriors in there." Mira felt a chill in her heart. She thought Son Goku had something human special treasures or something. She was about to think of a way to at least help Son Goku lure these guards away first, but Son Goku had already stepped forward in a fair manner. This guy. Mira naturally didn't dare to run out to pull him back now. She could only stare closely at Son Goku's tall back. For some reason, Mei-Ra felt faintly in her heart that although Son Goku looked reckless, maybe he could really succeed. The environment near the palace is not only much wider, but also brighter. Son Goku flexed his muscles as he walked. "On the way here just now, I could only huddle with Mela very aggrieved, it is really aggrieved. However, Mera is quite delicious." Soon, the figure of Son Goku was discovered by the demon guards, and dozens of terrifying-looking and burly demon warriors emerged from it instantly. I didn't expect that there are human beings who can come here, hehehehe, it seems that there are fresh human flesh. Don't worry, let me try this first bite first. They surrounded Son Goku like a delicacy. Son Goku smiled indifferently, then slowly raised his hand, pointing out with one finger. Dong dong bo. A white light beam shot straight at the demon warriors on the side, directly piercing through their heads. Even the several warriors behind him were not spared. This is the strength of Dong Dong Bo. Not only consumes less than Kamehameha, but also has extremely strong penetrating ability. In the blink of an eye, about 10 demon warriors died. Now all the demons stopped talking. They knew that this Son Goku was not easy, and the fight was nothing more than death in vain. They turned their eyes to the depths of the palace, where a pale young man was sitting. His face looked 7 parts human and 3 parts ghostly, and he looked very evil. This person is the lord of the demon world, Asura. Interesting, I didn't expect there to be someone as strong as you among human beings. Son Goku saw him get up slowly and walked out of the palace. He could easily detect the evil devilish energy emanating from the so-called master of the demon world Asura. Every time he took a step forward, a black wave of magic energy would appear on the ground. Ah, Asura, my lord. Facing the trembling demon warrior in front of him, Asura flashed a sneer at the corner of his mouth, then stretched out his finger to point at the warrior. Call out. A black wave of light shot out from his finger. Except for the color, it was exactly the same as Dongdongbo. Human, did you use such a trick just now? Mera, who was hiding behind, couldn't hide her shock. Asura, the lord of the demon world, is indeed a monster. He just took one look at Son Goku's tricks and completely mastered them. It's no wonder that for hundreds of years, no demon race has dared to challenge his position. Yes, your learning talent is quite high. Son Goku's tone was light, and he still stood in place, looking very relaxed. Ha 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 ha. Asura laughed and looked at Son Goku and asked with interest. Are you not afraid of me? Why should I be afraid of you? Asura was silent, and after a while, he muttered to himself, interesting. Then he waved his palm, and a martial arts arena appeared out of nowhere in the originally empty surroundings. Since you want to challenge me, follow the rules of our demon clan. Whoever wins is the king of the demon world. Not only these demon warriors, but even Mira didn't expect that Asura would use the highest standard of demon fighting against Son Goku. You must know that Son Goku is not from the demon realm, and logically speaking, he should not have this kind of treatment at all. Asura arranged this way, it can only be said that he also discovered the amazing energy contained in Son Goku's body. Son Goku walked towards the competition stage step by step slowly, watching Asura quietly. Asura smiled coldly, and his figure appeared on the competition stage out of thin air. A wonderful showdown is about to begin. Mira, who was hiding in the dark, couldn't help sweating for Son Goku. She was too aware of Asura's powerful strength. Sure enough, in just a breath, Asura's pale figure disappeared from the ring. Son Goku watched the arena vigilantly, but there was no sign of Asura at all. Interesting, it's not moving at high speed, but it's like some kind of special ability. Son Goku quickly analyzed that Asura could disappear not because the speed was so fast that even he couldn't see clearly. He was not careless immediately, and released the ki sense in his body. Sure enough, as Son Goku guessed, the space beside him suddenly twisted, and then a pale claw stretched out. Son Goku had been on guard for a long time, and punched out with a punch, and directly returned his hand to the Minister of Space. Snort. Asura's cold snort came from the arena, and immediately after that, Asura's fists and feet attacked Son Goku rapidly and continuously in all directions. It seems to be one Asura, but more than a dozen Asuras. Seeing this, Son Goku didn't panic in the slightest. He dodged left and right, and dodged Asura's attack on the arena. He can even find the right opportunity to fight back, but it's a pity that Asura hiding in the space has no entity, and Son Goku's attack can't hurt him. The frequency of the battle between the two became faster and faster, and the demon warriors in the audience could only see Son Goku punching and kicking smoothly on the ring. With every punch and every kick of Son Goku, pale hands and feet will appear out of nowhere around the original nothing. What? Did this guy predict all the attacks of Master Asura? How is this possible? The demon warriors talked a lot and couldn't believe the scene in front of them. Mera in the corner could tell that Son Goku didn't predict the move, but that his reaction and attack speed were too fast. In other words, Son Goku discovered Asura's attack, and then attacked at a faster speed. This also caused other people to think that Son Goku predicted Asura's attack, but in fact everything was under Son Goku's control. The two fought continuously, and dozens of moves passed in the blink of an eye. Son Goku finally found the right moment, grabbed Asura's arm, pulled him out of the space, and threw him violently. Seeing that Asura was about to fall off the arena, his eyes glowed red, and his falling figure stopped instantly, and then flew backwards back to the arena. Sure enough, you can fly, you are really tricky. Son Goku folded his hands on his hips, watching Asura, who was clearly out of the game, fly back again, feeling a little helpless. Asura smiled evilly and looked at Son Goku, aren't you just as difficult? After all, Asura became serious, and a black arrogance began to spread from his body. It's been a long time since Master Asura is serious. Son Goku didn't hesitate either, his body also suddenly lit up with white arrogance, not inferior to Asura in front of him at all. I didn't expect this guy to be so strong. Mira was a little surprised when she saw the powerful force continuously emerging from Son Goku's body. Then let's start the second round of fighting. After all, the two of them simultaneously transformed into disabled schools and fought together. Boom, boom. The competition stage was torn apart by the aftermath of the battle between the two, which had never happened in hundreds of years. The floor used for the contest was made of stone unique to the demon realm. It was extremely strong, but it couldn't bear the battle between Son Goku and Asura at all. Ah! Asura roared angrily, and rushed forward again. A black vortex condensed in his hand. Where the vortex passed, there was a feeling that even the space was slightly distorted. What kind of trick is this? Son Goku guessed that it might be another special skill of the demons, which cannot be hardwired. Without hesitation at the moment, he directly used the afterimage fist. Sure enough, Asura had never seen this kind of move before, and thought he had hit Son Goku, but unexpectedly, he was kicked away by Son Goku, who suddenly appeared behind him. This time, he couldn't control his figure at all, and crashed directly into the wall. Your moves are very strong, but it's useless if you can't hit them. Aren't you too proud of yourself? Asura stood up slowly, and as he got up, his body changed again. Asura's original face suddenly became extremely ferocious, and traces of blood leaked from his white skin until his whole body was dyed red. His originally black eyeballs turned red at this moment, and even his body became much taller. There are even two pairs of black horns growing on the top of his head. At this time, Asura's aura is completely different from before. Baka is very good, you can let me use all my strength, you are the first person in hundreds of years. Asura walked towards Son Goku slowly. At this moment he didn't care about the rules of the contest. Asura kept walking forward. It was a normal thing, but it was very strange in the eyes of others. I saw that Asura's walking pace seemed to be getting faster and faster, from being difficult to see to gradually turning into a ghost. Just a red shadow flashed past. Son Goku hurriedly dodged, but was still wiped by the fist on his cheek, and traces of blood flowed out. Asura's figure appeared on the top of the cave, staring upside down at Son Goku's cold voice. Why, did your speed slow down, or did I become stronger? Son Goku wiped the blood on his face, and then put on a fighting posture. His eyes changed instantly, and he became serious. Asura snorted coldly, swooped down, and turned into a phantom again. Bang! There was a violent impact. This time it was Son Goku who was sent flying. Have you reached the limit? I shouldn't have brought him here. At this time, Mei-Ra seemed to blame herself a bit, and she also underestimated the strength of Asura, the lord of the demon world. Perhaps sensing Myra's worry, Son Goku's body kept spinning in midair, and then lightly stepped on the palace, with a slight smile on his lips. The battle is just beginning now. After all, Son Goku's figure suddenly rushed out, faster than ever before. Even faster than Asura's speed. What's the origin of this guy? Why is it like there is no limit? Why do I have a bad premonition? Could Lord Asura? Idiot, how could Master Asura lose? Son Goku punched Asura, and Asura raised his arm to block, but he flew out with him. There was a burst of tingling sensation on the arm. How strong is this Son Goku? Before it was too late to be surprised, the figure of Son Goku attacked again, and Son Goku burst out with strong energy and directly sent Asura flying away. Asura was smashed heavily to the ground, forming a big pit. No. Impossible, how can you, a mere human, possess such great power? Asura's eyes revealed an incredible expression. He slowly got up from the pit enduring the severe pain in his chest. I must kill you today. Asura had already lost his mind, and after a loud roar, his body was suspended in the air, turning into a bloody vortex. This bloody vortex has a strong attraction, and some demon warriors were sucked into it before they understood what happened. In the blink of an eye, with a scream, it turned into blood. Under the nourishment of the blood, the red vortex became even bigger. The raging wind whipped Son Goku's hair up. He stood in front of this red vortex, although the vortex couldn't do anything to him, but he couldn't do anything to this vortex right now. This is not a kind of martial art, but a trick for the demons to die together. Son Goku didn't know what to do for a while. Why don't you try Kamehameha? Just as he was about to try, a familiar voice sounded in his ears. Ah, help, help me. It turned out that it was Mela who was hiding in the dark and had no time to escape. Her fighting power here was the weakest. Even those demon warriors were sucked into the red vortex, let alone Mela. Son Goku grabbed her and let out some anger, and Mei-Ra stabilized her figure. However, as more and more demon warriors were absorbed and turned into blood, the power of the storm in front of them became stronger and stronger. What to do? When Son Goku was thinking, Mei-Ra suddenly said, "It would be great if there was light, we demons are afraid of light." Son Goku smiled slightly. Isn't that a coincidence? He just learned a new trick. Son Goku told Mera to hide in the hole, then he put both hands on the sides of his head, looked at the red swirl in front of him and shouted. Solar flare. A fierce white light suddenly emitted from Son Goku's body. At this moment, Son Goku seems to be transformed into the sun. Under this blazing beam, all the demons including Asura disappeared completely. Son Goku let out a long sigh of relief. If I knew this, I would have used it so early. I'm exhausted. Mira came out, and now she is the only survivor of the demon clan here. Congratulations, Son Goku, you have defeated Asura, and you are now the new lord of the demon world. Son Goku saw that the clothes on Mei-Ra's body had been tattered in the storm just now, and she looked a bit disheveled, especially now that she was squatting respectfully in front of him. This condescending picture can only be described as big. Ahem, Mera, did you say that if I were the lord of the demon world, I would do whatever I want? Mei-Ra raised her head and looked at Son Goku. Her red phoenix eyes were astonishingly beautiful. She pursed her red lips and said, I don't know, Lord Demon Lord, what do you want to do? That goes without saying, of course I want to do it. Before Son Goku could utter a single word, a princess stepped out of the palace in an untimely manner. Great, finally someone defeated Asura, I can go home. The princess rushed to Son Goku without any explanation, and then threw herself into his arms, crying bitterly. But Son Goku is in a bit of pain. He almost took off his pants just now. Are you coming with me now? Princess, I'm in a hurry, can't you hold back and come out? Son Goku sighed. Only good people can do it to the end. Fortunately, he found the Dragon Ball he was looking for from the princess's arms. As for why the Dragon Ball can be found in the arms of the princess. Although the thing was round, it was so hard and so tight that it was hard for Son Goku not to notice it. The princess blushed and took out the Dragon Ball from her arms and handed it to Son Goku, so he now has 6 Dragon Balls in his hand. So needless to say, the last Dragon Ball on the radar is where Piccolo Daimao is. Son Goku sent the princess back to the palace, although the princess said she would come to him in 2 years. But at the moment, Son Goku has no time to take care of this. He took Mira and took care of things overnight. It can only be said that the beauties of the Mozu are very moist and silky. Goro said that although the demon realm is gone, he doesn't want to leave here, and he will continue to guard the entrance of the demon realm. As for Mera, of course she flew towards the west with Son Goku. The demons are not blind to the light, but they cannot withstand the strong light, so Mera can shrink her body and hide in Son Goku's chest. Although Mela is very naughty sometimes, she will start to drill down to the chest, and then But it also makes the journey back not too boring, and for some reason, Son Goku has a very exciting feeling. Finally back in the Western capital, Son Goku looked at everything below with a complicated expression. The anger on his face couldn't be added, and it seemed to pop out of his eyes. Even Mira, who was hiding in Son Goku's chest, didn't mess around anymore. She could clearly feel Son Goku's anger at the moment. Bulma. He looked down at the Western capital, where, has become a piece of ruins. Everything is gone, or to be precise, it was razed to the ground by a powerful force. Piccolo. Son Goku gritted his teeth and said, the only one who can destroy Shi is this family. A powerful wave of energy surged from Son Goku's body in an instant, and Meira only felt that his energy was stronger than when he was fighting against Asura. Soon, Son Goku sensed a powerful evil aura in the far north. Sure enough, it was Piccolo Daimao who emerged from his hiding place. When Son Goku gritted his teeth and was about to kill Piccolo Daimao for revenge, he suddenly felt another breath. This is... Son Goku's wrinkled face calmed down, and finally showed a smile, and even the anger in his body weakened. Great, Bulma is alive. Who am I? Ra is in Son Goku's arms, knowing only that Son Goku has suddenly returned to normal. Who is this Bulma? It must be someone important to Son Goku. Son Goku didn't hesitate, turned into a ball of white light and flew towards the distance. Soon, in less than half an hour, Son Goku arrived at an island. This is Master Roshi's Kame's house. Hoo. Son Goku flew over with all his strength. He hadn't recovered from his previous battles with Asura and Meira. Son Goku jumped down high, and the gate of Kame's house just opened. And what came out was Bulma. Sure enough, Bulma, you're not dead. Son Goku rushed forward and picked up Bulma, turning it around a dozen times. Bulma quickly patted Son Goku on the shoulder and said, Son. Jun-san, I'm about to faint. Only then did Son Goku quickly let go, he was so happy just now. In the short time between the two of them, Lan Chi, Lan Fang, and Violet also came out. None of them died, but their faces were clearly filled with unhappiness. Goku, you idiot, you only care about Bulma's life, don't you? Faced with the blonde Lan Chi's questioning, Son Goku scratched his head and said with a little confidence. With the Dragon Ball, I will definitely revive you. Then Bulma can be resurrected after death. This. Son Goku looked embarrassed and didn't know how to respond. Lan Fang and Violet also surrounded him angrily, grabbed Son Goku, and demanded an answer from him. Son Goku looked ugly. It was just that Xidu suddenly disappeared. How could he care so much about his emotional outburst? I almost went to Piccolo Daimao to fight to the death. After hearing Son Goku's explanation and seeing his cautious appearance, everyone couldn't help laughing. Okay, I know you guys value Bulma the most, so we won't make things difficult for you. The blonde Lan Chi actually looked more understanding than expected. Son Goku didn't expect these words to come out of her mouth. But it was too late to praise. The blonde Lan Chi continued, however, having said that, I want my mother to forgive you tonight. Son Goku nodded. At this moment he is responsive to Lan Chi's request. Seeing this situation, Lan Fang and Violet also made full arrangements for Son Goku's next schedule. I'm afraid Son Goku can't even walk half a step out of the door these days. Because of Son Goku's excessive worry about herself just now, in order not to arouse public anger, she could only silently be at the bottom of the queue. Originally, she couldn't wait for tonight. After all, 7 days have passed. What? 7 days? Son Goku looked at Bulma and others suspiciously. But seeing everyone nodded, that's right, 7 days have passed since Son Goku left the Western capital. Son Goku had an incredible expression on his face. How could it be possible? He clearly only left for less than a day. Although you only stayed in the demon realm for half a day in the demon realm is equal to a day on Earth. Zero looking for flowers. From Son Goku's chest came Myra's very pleasant voice. Bulma and others looked over strangely, and saw a small head protruding from Son Goku's collar, which looked extremely beautiful. It was Meira. Quote. Under the doubts of Bulma and others, Son Goku told the story of the demon world, and he has found the 6th Dragon Ball. And Bulma also told about Son Goku's absence during this time. It turned out to be the 3rd day after Son Goku left Western capital. Piccolo Daimao killed the capital all of a sudden. He easily dealt with the guards stationed there, and even more so, he directly showed his terrifying strength. Under Piccolo Daimao's powerful blow, most of the country's capital was destroyed, causing countless casualties. The king was also controlled by Piccolo Daimao, who announced his power to the world through live TV, and he also successfully won the throne from the king. Master Roshi was surprised to find through TV that Piccolo Daimao had regained his youth. 0. Logically speaking, the Dragon Ball did not summon, Shenron did not appear, how did Piccolo recover? But he didn't have time to know the specific reason, and when he wanted to inform Son Goku, he was told that Son Goku was going to find Dragon Ball at this moment. Master Roshi and others couldn't detect Son Goku's aura, and thought he was being imprisoned. As the god of martial arts, Master Wushan did his part and decided to lead the disciples of Gaizenliu and Tien Shinhan dumplings of Hexianliu to fight Piccolo Daimao together. It was also during this battle that Master Wu Tien discovered the secret of Piccolo Daimao's youthfulness. Because he ate the crane immortal who was originally hiding. Crane immortal, like Master Roshi, is a strange fruit found when he went down the mountain for adventure when he was young. He and the crane immortal are one and a half, and at the same time, they have gained the ability of immortality. Now Piccolo Daimao has absorbed crane immortal, although he cannot gain his immortality. However, he could indirectly restore his youth to 300 years ago, and thus he regained the power of the peak period. Master Roshi originally planned to seal Piccolo Daimao again with the magic seal wave, but because he was too old and physically weak, he was attacked and killed by Piccolo Daimao at the critical moment. Without the threat of Ma Fangbo, the next battle will be even more suspenseful. Master Roshi, Tien Shinhan, Yamcha, and Krillin all died in battle. Piccolo Daimao even live broadcasted their dead appearances to the world in order to warn human martial arts masters. Among them, the picture of Yamcha curled up to the end is the most classic. Son Goku clenched his fists, he didn't expect so many things to happen after he just went to Demon World. The big turtle popped up suddenly, handed a bottle to Son Goku from its mouth. Master Roshi, tell me, let me give you this if you are still alive. Son Goku opened the bottle, and what was inside was Fangbo's skills. It seems that Master Roshi has already known that this trip is the end of a narrow escape. His purpose is just to measure the real strength of Piccolo Daimao for Son Goku. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.